All right, cool. Well, it's Bohemians versus Khmer. It is Jungle Rumble for game number 1. And on Jungle Rumble, you start with 3 villagers on the outside. Valis has walled in villagers around the goats, which is funny, Dave, because you had mentioned that to me before.
Oh no, I'm still loading in, dude.
Is your game crashing or something?
No, it's just loading.
Well, don't worry. It's an arena map, so there's nothing crazy happening right now. Just villagers on goats on the outside and then villagers towards the middle. Bohemians is a civ I mentioned when we cast this map last time because they get both gold upgrades for free or instantly. And this is the map that has 105 tiles of gold, actually even more than that in the middle. So if I'm Bohemians, I go the middle.
Go ahead. I'm gonna restart Age of Empires.
All good. All good. I'll just chat. Khmer obviously have the potential to go up to the next age a bit faster because they don't have to build their prerequisite buildings. Players will have a scout on the outside on this map and also a scout towards the middle. And Valis has found the house. He's just found the house, but you can kill the sheep, which is why some players have walled it in. Like, that's what Valis did. See if that's something. I mean, he obviously knows there's potential to kill the sheep, but he doesn't see the sheep right now. And he's just passing. So that's a little fortunate there for Yo, I guess, in some ways. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's too much gold in the middle for the outside to matter all that much. Like, yes, it plays a role, and players are going to eventually want to chop to the outer ring, but I don't think it's as big a priority. So I feel like if an arena-style play happens towards the middle and it's with the strengths of the Bohemians, I just really am not sure what the Khmer are going to be able to do. But I guess we'll see.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, cool. I'm sure you're speeding up. But, yeah, Yo's going to go up on 22 pop here, Dave, which is pretty fast. But I don't think he's going to go fast castle with it. I think this is going to be more of, like, some type of army build because he's not on gold yet.
He probably wants to secure the outside edge, right?
Yeah, I could see that. I just remember the game with running where he had 30 vills on gold and like 5 farms, and that's all he needed to win. I feel like Bohemians can do that as well, and can do it better, possibly.
Yep. Yeah. Interesting how both players went for the goats first and then went to the zebra.
Smart.
Feels like you should be on the zebra first and then going to the goats, right?
Well, if the scouts out there though, like I guess these guys have experienced a couple situations.
So you're
where...
what? You're gonna take the goat safely while the scout only has 3 attack, and then you're gonna wait until your opponent's feudal age and then go out.
Well, no, I'm talking about killing the goat, right? Because if the goat is sitting next to your vills, you can just one-shot the goat.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think Yo is going to win the fight. Yeah, he will win the fight in the north.
Yeah, he'll win this. Yeah. His scout was weaker in the center, but I think he can win that one now. But 7 seconds away till Valis being able to win.
Yeah, and now Valis should take that fight, and Yo knows it.
Valis getting loom. Maybe they didn't want to risk getting hit by more crocodiles on the outside. That's why they were taking them. Who knows? I mean,
yeah.
There's always going to be a weak villager on that outside with no loom at the start. And going for those because of the crocodiles starting so near to your villagers out there. Yo is now coming across with 2 of his villagers. He sent those a long time ago. And he's going to be at the north with villagers ready. And
he's looking. There. Look at his scout. He knows there has to be vills, but he's scouted pretty much everywhere. Now he sees the houses, but he has not found that mill yet.
Process of elimination. There's 2 patches of zebra, right? You've got 1 dark spot there. You have to know where these are. And he's going to see that weak villager, and he can just kill that right away. Although Valis looks like he's interested in walling in his vills. There we go.
Smart.
Walling them out from the zebra.
Ooh, now do you want to idle them there to keep them alive?
No. You delete and you slowly make walls one at a time. There we go. There we go. Beautiful.
Well, they won't be able to work. Yo's going to go for a range, which is actually really smart thinking because that's the way to one range unit, and then suddenly all these units are going to die anyways.
You don't need the barracks to get that range down either.
Yep.
So you can just kill all of these, and once you've eliminated your opponent off of the villagers on the outside edge, you can simply set up behind their base. and deny him from chopping through. The problem of Bohemians being Bohemians is still going to exist, though.
Yeah.
Because there's all this gold in the center. So if Valis kicks you off the center area, having villagers on the outside isn't going to matter that much unless you have a really significant economy out there.
Oh, Valis misclicked, and he lost his scout in the middle. Oh, he misclicked. He tried to attack the gate. So like, he was sitting underneath the gate foundation, so he tried to attack it there so he could hold the gate open to get cheeky. And right when he hit the gate, Yoga got a hit on him. And that's going to be annoying for Valis. You don't want to lose his scout.
He's going to die on the outside here. He's managed to wall in the weak villager. And he's tracking these two. Maybe Valis can hide one of these, like split off and hide one of these.
He should be able to hide one for a while.
There's another crocodile there, which is going to be extremely annoying.
Yo wants to maybe get some walls down. And yeah, she's going to head to the corner.
Valis is coming forward with the siege workshop in the middle.
This is similar to what we saw when Tato and Running played the first semifinal, only remember that Running didn't lose the Vills. He was able to somehow keep his Vills alive. Now, I don't think they really accomplished much until much later in the game, but, you know, having villagers, they chopped wood at least, so that's nice.
Yo finds it.
Nice.
Yo finds it in the corner. Valis was hiding, and that's going to be the third villager down.
All right, siege is on the way. We do not have a monastery yet for Valis. I'm wondering if Yo's going to try walling. You can see he's made outposts now, so he's really looking to see where that wood line might be for Valis, and even a tower could make sense for him. Did Yo lose his scout in the middle then? I think he did. Yeah, he lost that.
He lost it against the spearman, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so Yo goes for a tower here in defense. Might be the guard tower defense like we thought, or like we saw Tato attempt to do. But as we saw, it can be killed once you get enough mangonels.
And the only way he can get
tough.
stone is with the two villagers in the left corner now. There's no stone next to your starting TC. But he is up, so he has clicked up already, which is great. As for what he's going to do,
the wood line
we'll
a little bit.
Yeah, that's always really valuable as well. I really like how little Yo invested into this attack.
If you want to idle that a ton, you're going to have to get Bodkin, which is going to be expensive as well. But I guess you need that for the guard towers anyway, and Yo is now walling behind here.
Okay.
Buying himself time.
So far, we're not seeing any monks from Valis, which normally you'd have. So that means Yo could conceivably go for defensive siege and be fine. He's walling up. I'm sure he's expecting monks, but he hasn't seen any monks yet, and that's a surprise to me, but maybe that's because Valis doesn't feel like he can afford to do monks in siege, because obviously the siege is very expensive. The tower should do nothing, though. Like, honestly, that tower, I think, would have been better suited on the wood line of Valis, but a tower should go down pretty easily.
It's just buying him time.
Yeah. Well, Yo also going for the Repairville, gets her. Well played there from Yo, but he has to be careful with his own Vills. Is he going to rush with Vills? No, okay. I saw the Palisades go down in the front.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
And he's going to have resources when he makes it to the next age. But he still doesn't have a siege workshop, and his opponent has 4 mangonels already. Oh, man. He is almost chopped to the outer rim. Well, actually, I say almost. He's still pretty far away from getting to the outside.
There we go. Siege workshop coming up. For Yo, he's got the archers strategically placed on every side of the wood line.
Yep, smart.
Post over there, like you said, and double siege workshop for Yo.
And he knows he needs to stay alive here. He might struggle with wood.
He can always go, once he has a couple mangonels, so he can always go for scorpions. With
but he can't.
I mean, it's not going to be the greatest thing ever, but
he can repair his TC and also make siege out of these. Like, he is going to get the first and second mangonel really fast, but that TC is going to go down.
Boy, chop, chop. We need to chop faster, villagers. We need to escape and chop faster, please. I think. Honestly, I think you don't even pop these out if you're Yo. You keep them inside, but he's going to pop them out. He's going to look for opportunities and he probably needs to delete the farms as well so he can't get crop shotted.
Now, there's a world where if you're Valis right now, you're like, okay, he doesn't have a TC. I've been producing Vills. I'm going to get my Vill lead back. And he could maybe just kind of boom it out a little bit. Like, Now, Yo could build the TC on the outside, which may or may not be smart. I don't really know, but Alice has done a great job keeping his vills working. Only 90 seconds of TC idle time. Yo, TC's
can't
with
even
2
afford
vills.
any more siege. Like, oh, he gets the wood upgrade. I mean, I guess that's smart, getting the wood upgrade, right? You gotta get out. You gotta get out and just hope that this Mangonel can be an absolute hero.
Is it too relaxed from Valis? Like I said, he will know he should have a Vill lead, but
Nice.
also did have a Mangonel lead as well.
Snipes the villager. Good micro from Yo there.
And Valis. That great dodging. This should be a kill, though, for one of them. And, ooh, that hurts Yo.
Yo has a lot of wood, a lot of gold. He's still not making siege.
Also, he's not taking many of his farms. He's got that 3 HP villager. Oh, man. Like, I think as the game goes on...
He doesn't really need food at this point, though, does he? Like...
Yeah, true. That's true.
TC's going to be up.
So
soon.
that's what I'll use the food for, I guess.
Valis is really nervous. He saw the double siege workshop, and he's not pushing in here. He's getting redemption right now, so he's going to wait for the monks. So I guess Yo made a calculated play there and went for the TC, went for the wood upgrade, went for the market, and now he's going to start adding Mangonels and Scorpions.
But now life really starts to suck if you're Yo, because now you can't defend with siege. It'll all just get converted. And then you would give up the middle to the player who has those gold mining upgrades. This is going to be really tricky. TC for Yo here, I mean, that's probably his best choice. He has to keep these vills alive. Let's see.
Sanctity is in, so these monks can tank more than one shot from the Mangonel.
Oh,
Can't
but the
deal with the
Scorpion
Scorpion
helps.
and Mangonel, yeah.
That was cool. Oh, that Mangonel is going to be converted. Oh, he switched it to the Scorpion, which is probably okay for Yo.
Yep.
I think he'll be happy
Another
with that.
TC there from Yo, and he's almost out. He's a couple layers away from escaping from this wood line. So he's in a better situation than Tata was, as he adds a second TC outside.
He is.
He's only 2 villagers behind.
I would like to see a Scorpion from Valis come to his woodline at home. That way he can, like, freely chop out. But obviously that's... You probably want all your focus on the front in this moment. And he converts the Mangonel.
God.
Monks are insane, man.
No, and he has to keep the Scorpions within minimum range.
God.
And that's... It's such an ugly conversion there for Mr. Yo.
He also could give up another one.
This Mangonel, as much value as he can get, at least. He kills a few spearmen, which is good. And he didn't lose that many villagers, still only 2 behind as he makes more Mangonels. He's just trying to buy himself enough time to cut out.
Oh, he's really fortunate that next one didn't get converted. It's the
Target
monks
monk
still
with the tower.
following. Okay. So yeah, you're right. Like as the monk goes down and the Scorpion goes down there. When we compare this to Tato's position, Tato didn't have the TCs outside at this point. I highly recommend people watch the Tato running series if they didn't already. Some awesome games.
Saw someone asking, why doesn't he just palisade over the wood? Because it's only straggler trees you can delete like that.
Yeah, you can't do that with any
actual
forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting how many times I've received that question over the years, because it's like a very tiny, it's a very like specific detail of knowledge.
Yeah.
I've seen that question a lot. I mean, it's a good question, obviously, but you cannot do that with something that's on the straggler.
Ooh, Yo, getting lots of value. 3 Mangonels going down there from Valis. This Mangonel survives, but the villager is under fire now.
That tower goes
Yo
down, though. The
repairs that
monks can
tower.
convert the siege workshop.
Great micro from Yo there to hop in at the last possible second. And the monks are coming forward, and Valis is going to lose this monk.
Dodging. And this is also allowing him to take out the tower now. Now that siege comes out from Yo, he gets one.
God.
Delete it, Yo. Uh-oh.
Oh, greedy.
Yeah, I think maybe you have to be a bit greedy there, but he will now lose his tower. And now he should lose his siege workshop to the monks. And now he's got to chop fast.
He's two layers away. Feels like he's been 2 trees away for a long time.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, no, Valis.
The TC.
Oh.
God, so many monks dying to the tower and the TC. Yo has a lot of wood, a lot of stone in the bank. He attacked
That's
Brown
another
in the middle of those.
conversion.
Delete! Oh my god.
Yeah, if you're Valis, though, you gotta take the siege workshop. Like, take it. His mistake was he clicked it, and it was one tile too close to the TC. He can get it from the other side here. The TC shouldn't be able to range from there. That's exactly what he's doing. Alice, by the way,
Power
doesn't
there.
really seem to care about chopping out. He's relocated his
He doesn't
woodlines
care
a
about
few
his
times.
monks either. He just lost another one.
Why does the monk keep going there? He's now
I
going to
think-
learn.
When he just manually clicks the siege workshop, it goes there automatically. But the
Yeah.
tower is going up from Yo, so Valis can't even convert that.
Well,
And
I
the
mean,
Mangonel's coming out from Yo.
delete it this time, Yo.
Shoot and
There you go.
Well, okay.
But like, honestly, the fact that those two monks died has bought Yo enough time to maybe get to the outer ring.
Maybe.
If Yo
but,
wins
I
this
mean,
game, like that moment there was insane.
There's another TC going up in the south. The thing with Tato, though, was that Tato was so far ahead in villagers when he was trying to chop out. And
yeah.
right now the villager count is even. And Valis still has access to all of that stuff in the center.
Okay,
Yo
Yo
pops
pops
out
out.
with another Mangonel.
Say
delete.
goodbye to it, Yo.
It gets deleted for him.
He can't afford to make the next one. He doesn't have gold, Dave. I mean, he does have access to gold on the outside, but he does not have the gold income. He's trying to sell wood to get one more out of this thing. That should go down. He's not repairing it with
Yeah,
enough.
it's dead. It's dead. Yeah.
I can't wait. The sad thing for these villagers is they have to run so far to find safety once they leave. Like, the town centers could not be further from them.
Chop! Is he through? No, Chop! Chop
He's
faster!
close. He's so
Chop
close.
faster, 52! He killed another monk.
He did.
He's
More
trying
monks
to
on the
repair
way.
tower.
Oh,
with
the night
everything.
edition's really smart from Valis, too. That's such a good idea. Okay, Yo, you need to chop through, and then you need to stonewall the gap immediately.
25 wood.
Trying to find the right tree. Oh, he's stonewalling now. Smart. Imp is coming in now for Valis, which is insane.
Go, 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 go! Everybody out! Clear the building!
Oh, the knight's on the way. Okay,
This is not a drill!
so... Oh, no, there's still a hole. Is there... Oh, there's not a hole. Never mind.
It looks like a hole. No, there's not. There's a little
Send the
push.
Mangonel. Send the Mangonel right now, Valis. Like, run into the TC if you have to.
Here come the villagers to
Yeah,
buy you a
set-
ton of time.
Send one of the Mangonels to hit over those stone walls, and there
Yo
you go.
should
They're
delete all
through.
these vills. He should delete all these vills in the center. Don't give them to Valis. Don't give him Eco. Don't give him Eco. He's
Well-
going for another TC on the outside. So we have someone who controls the outer ring and someone who controls
Middle.
the inner pill.
Inner pill, I like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. University now for Valis, so I imagine that could be for chemistry. There is a question of what do you do now that you're an imp, though? Like, you can get more monk upgrades, but
Onager.
yeah, I guess Onager and just continue this push on the outside. But there's a lot of different areas you have to find. Like, the fact that
Yeah.
Yo is spread out is pretty good against a slow push like that.
Or I guess he's going to go for a castle.
Oh,
Where,
that's
though?
nice. Yeah.
Castle. If you get a castle, you can get trebs and chop your way out too.
Yeah, and he's had to buy all that, but it's totally worth it when you have so much gold. And he's gonna take what Yo had too. And this is my thing I mentioned earlier about this map. It's like there's not that much gold on the outside. So yeah, obviously Valis doesn't have great food eco, but he'll have gold forever. And I feel like having gold forever is really, really strong. Yo's just like crossing his fingers and hoping his opponent doesn't make it out at some point here.
Yep.
What's the castle
Alice
give you?
still has to. I mean, it gives you trebs, right? You can chop out,
Yeah.
but it doesn't give you that much more. I'm surprised that he spent so much buying that.
Oh, you know what makes me so sad is that Valis converted Yo's market. He should have traded with it, man.
Yeah, because that'll last a long time.
I mean, Yo has no reason to look back over there.
Smoking too much of that community game crack there. He's got 92,000 gold in the middle, and you're thinking about setting up trade with your opponent's market.
Yeah, Bohemians have faster working markets, I think. I forget what the bonus is. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Well, Onager's a ways off, unless he wants to buy a lot of food. He did convert a lumber camp, which you could now, delete. He's through one layer of wall. Yo has more layers of walls, and is dropping guard towers now at 64 villagers. So he's got 4 TCs pumping vills. Though I say pumping, he doesn't actually have the food eco just yet to keep him moving all the time.
No, he needs to add in farms. That's what he's doing right now. Should have started doing that a little bit earlier. And I love the fact that Yo deleted all his farms in his
Yeah,
base,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Valis couldn't take any of those. And Yo is basically just booming up on the outside. Needs houses, though. He's been housed quite
Robo
a few
Dave
times.
is here again, guys.
And
Enjoy it.
It's going to be towers along the outside edge. And Yo is going to be keeping track of all of these areas that Valis could potentially go through. The castle also gives you an area where Yo can't really set up towers on the opposite end there to block you from chopping.
Yeah, it's true.
I think Onager, though, would be really good, but Valis just doesn't have the food eco for that.
I think he's going to treb cut, honestly. He's just pulling bombard
There
cannons
it
to
is.
go for towers.
Yeah, he's going to try to cut.
Now, you know with onagers, when you can, like, shift command them to go to
You can do that with
different
trees.
trees? Yeah, I think you can now. And that would also be nice because sometimes the trebs miss. So if you gave it the commands for all the trees, I think it should eventually work its way through.
Yeah, he didn't shift command that one.
No,
He just
no.
attacked it.
Trebs love houses.
Here
man.
we go.
Let's see. Bonk. Okay, yours is more realistic. Yeah, so let's see if it ever fires on anything else. I think it should continue to just focus on all the trees in that line. This is really accurate. My trebs will be... You know me and trebs, bro. Oh, wait, Yo noticed it. Yo noticed it, so
Yep.
he's going to drop a
He's
stone wall.
making, wow, one wall against Trebs. I guess he can just keep being annoying, though. And
Yeah.
Alice is already targeting that wall, and he's got block printing, so good luck to that villager. It's buying Yo a bunch of time, though. Yo is even getting fortified wall for that. That's funny.
Fortified wall. I mean, if he were to stay in Castle Age and go light cav,
Yeah, I think
And just-
he might have a shot, but
yeah.
he can only hold it for so long, though. That's the problem, because, like, look at Yo, he's making more walls here. He's just trying to delay him as long as possible. Valis has a monk in between, and Yo is trying to get a wall in that little gap there.
The monk's standing on it.
Oh,
You shall
no.
not pass. Oh, okay. Never mind. Walls are going up. I
And
mean,
Yo is gonna make like a wall segment inside that little choke. Oh my god.
it was being really annoying. It's giving him
He
time,
is.
Dave. It's giving him. He was bought a lot of time in the earlier engagements too, when Valis lost the monks to the TC, and now he has even more time. So maybe there's a chance he has the resources. He's on his
up
way
to
to
him.
him.
And he almost has enough for a castle too.
What a frustrating feeling though if you're Valis. Like you should be killing this guy right now.
Well, I mean, Yo is converting the villagers back. Valis now has villagers on the outside.
Yeah, true.
He should just chop through the trees instead of going through these walls. Now that the monks are there.
I
I don't
just
know why he's so hard stuck on the walls. Okay, he's starting to work on the trees now.
I find it so
a path.
interesting though how little Valis knows about where all the TCs are. Like he doesn't know what we know, and the majority of the TCs is Yo is even gonna stone wall. Let's go! Like the majority of that eco, to me, it feels like is on the other side. And not that there's not a decent amount on this side too, but
I like the TC addition on the outside there for Valis. By
Yeah.
the way, get some villagers out there. You just need like foothold. You need a beachhead on this outer
a
area.
beachhead. I don't see many beaches.
Well, it's more of a lifestyle.
It's the Canadian beach.
Yeah.
More of a lifestyle.
Anything that's not frozen over.
Yeah, it's the grass. All right, so Yo has properly assessed the situation and has abandoned the south. Those are probably the villagers that they just walled.
Skirmisher. Okay.
I don't mind it. Obviously, like, going Hussar sounds great with Khmer, but he's losing access to a lot of his eco. And there's Bohemian pikemen there to protect a lot of this, so... A really good move from Valis to have the wood and the farm upgrades in, so he can transition into an economy that isn't fully based on gold pretty easily.
Ballista elephants from Yo. Not the comp I would choose against this for sure.
Yeah, not against
Is it
monks. Not against monks.
monks. No.
Probably we'll see more bomber cannons, so Valis...
But I guess, you know what? I guess the ballistas, you can chop a hole into the middle
Oh!
if you want to counterattack.
Oh, I really hope we see that. That would be so
That's
cool.
exactly what Yo's doing.
That would be amazing.
That's awesome. But he's only got skirms. It's not like he's got a full Hussar raid or
Yeah, I
something.
know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff he doesn't necessarily know, but there is a TC in the middle there. He's probably hoping it's just a bunch of exposed villagers.
Run! Dude, ballistas take out like 3 trees at a time? What the hell?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes they do. Also, if you get a double crossbow, they'll likely clear out more trees. I mean,
barracks here.
if Yo had,
Dallas.
I was gonna say if Yo had better eco. No, he has pretty solid economy right now. So he
He's
could
got
raid the
107
middle.
vills.
Yeah.
His food eco is the real advantage here.
But
and here
man,
come
he's
the
gonna lose so
skirmishers.
many vills.
Yeah.
Also, Oninger's been researched by Valis, so if it's only a skirm raid in the middle, he can very easily deal with that with a couple Oningers. And that's going to be a down castle for Yo. Also, this is where his archery ranges are. And he seems to be interested in heading towards the middle, which will probably surprise his opponent, but I don't think it's going to disappoint his opponent too much, as Yo's about to lose another market in this game in the south. He's got markets everywhere.
He'll find the villagers in his old base. He knew
Yeah,
about
that's true.
those, so he's gonna kill those, I guess, and he's sending villagers into the center. So maybe he can shift all of these vills through that little path into his own base, his old base.
He does have stone, so he could maybe drop a castle in the middle. He actually is cutting on the other side too, Dave. This is really awesome.
Yeah, this
Only
is
with the Khmer.
Dude, he's almost through on the other side. What the hell? He's counterattacking the middle. Valis cuts out to get at him. Yo cuts back in to get at Valis.
It's you come
And he goes
outside,
to the
I go
castle
inside.
The hell? I love this map.
This
dude.
is
It's
sick.
So interesting, yeah.
I mean, without Khmer, I think it's safe to say Yo was completely dead. Because
And
he
remember-
wouldn't be able to do this.
Do you remember last set when I brought up this idea and we didn't know if it could work? Well,
You did.
Yo was thinking about it.
Yeah, you did mention it. I thought you were saying like straight fast castle into it, but late game, this definitely is a strat.
Yeah, I was kind of. I was thinking of a castle right away, but I mean, it does
helps
give
much
you some
later.
options, right?
Yeah. I think the fact that he escaped with so many vills earlier has made such a big impact in this game. And remember, guys, if we ever see bad fights for Valis as he goes to convert a tower hilariously on the right side, it's because it's very hard to control Monk Siege. Like, he could kill his own units. It's very slow.
And oh, this is trouble for Valis, dude. I mean, if Yo gets in here in the north with Hussar,
Yeah, that'd be
a
awful.
big problem for him because Valis's army is all in the south and he's widening the gap that Yo made. He's cutting back through Yo's cut to recut into the initial base.
Yo's going to take what gold he can, which is wise. And he's going to get hit by an onager or two here. The skirms. Oh, no.
Oh, God, run!
I mean, he did dodge the first volley, but it still is a question of how do you counter this, and he doesn't have the Hussars in here yet.
It feels like the skirms are just buying himself time right now until the Hussar is in, and Hufnitsa is coming in right now.
Remember, Valis has good food eco now, so he should be able to, as we see Yo making a gate on the left side, so he can send Hussars that way, and we got Stonewalls from Valis, which is so smart. Like, he should be able to make helps. So Hussars... They look good for maybe 30 seconds here.
Just the dumbest fight I've ever seen. The villagers engaging against the archer who's being healed by the monks.
Oh,
I don't.
Monk. Oh, that one? Yep, I see it.
And now the monk is being taken out, and now they can deal with the archer, potentially.
Such a smart decision to wall that, though. Like, so many people would forget that, and then Yo could raid there. But now it's like the only way that Yo can damage Valis is in the middle, which is the area that he's prioritized again. And here come those Hussars.
Yo does have plenty of gold, and he's still got gold in the north here, so that's not an issue yet. As he goes for a siege workshop, he already got capped ram, so he might start a push, and here he comes with the Hussar, but Bohemian Haub will destroy those Hussar if they ever get a fair engagement against them. The key to the Hussar is raiding, it's mobility. Tough to have mobility in a choke pointy area.
And that's why
like
Yo's
this
going to be
in the
stubborn
middle.
with it. He's going to finish this gate, maybe start dropping a castle there. Like, he's going to need to start to break through, but Valis has taken out the castle from Yo in the middle. He should see as well that there's villagers there. So what a great job from him. He's dealt with the raids. Yo is really making him fight, and he's going to kick Yo out just like he did before. Only this time, I don't think Yo's going to be able to escape all that easily. Yo does have a random villager on the right side, Dave. Important
I know,
to
I'm
mention
looking at
that.
it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you have Hussar already in.
Yep.
Could be really, really good.
We got capped ram for Yo trying to break into what was the original base from Valis, but the
It's
onagers
just so
should be coming over
congested.
here. Yep.
It's clogged in here.
It's pretty gross. 44 on food for Yo. Not really the number you'd want. was we have the speed upgrade for the gunpowder coming in for Valis. Makes sense.
Wagenberg tactics.
Dave, this is the area of Yo's eco that's most important. And Yo has already cut the gap for his opponent. I would widen the gap if I were Valis, but like, Yo, he's not able to raid. I feel like he needs this raid in the south to work with this capped ram. If that doesn't work, I think he might lose this game.
Oh, he's got one ballista elephant in the center in his old base. The onagers are just, they're dumbfounded by what's happening there. And he's got Hussar up there, so maybe he can cut himself another hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good if he notices that. I'm curious if Valis notices the south right now, because he does have a Hoofnitze on the way.
He did get fortified wall.
Oh, no way he noticed that. Oh, wow. He has to repair that or re-wall it, though.
Rams, is the Hoofnitze going to be damaging his own wall?
It is.
I think it is.
It is. Oh, it's through.
Killed his own wall, bro.
It's through.
But it's only one Hussar.
Yeah, and I guess there's not a ton of eco there at the moment, but you never know.
Yo also walled in that villager on the right side.
Yep, see that.
He's going to go for an archer range over there, so he's paying attention. Yo gets so dangerous in games like this, where it's scrappy. The attention needs to be in 5 places at once. Yo can be so deadly, but Valis, I mean, has such a death ball going on.
It's the perfect
in the
comp.
north.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want. You want Hoofnitze, even Oninger we don't normally talk about, but that's a good combination with the Hal.
Valis, though, in the south.
Losing ground.
A few Hussar now.
I like how Yo's dropping a mill, probably just to get the farm upgrades. Just a random mill.
Yeah.
Could be a hotkey issue. My mill hotkey is similar to my stable hotkey, actually. Or like my siege workshop.
Ooh, Hoofnitze came and cleared up that villager on the right side. Will it die to that Hussar?
No! Okay, Yo.
More stables in the north.
Building up in the north now. Yeah, he refuses to quit.
Hound Patrol from Valis. I love that. Absolutely love that.
You know, we are getting to a point where actually wood becomes... I mean, gold is important for Yo, don't get me wrong, but I still don't even know how he spends the gold, so I think actually wood could be an issue for him because he's going to take wood in range of Hoofnitze cannons if he takes all the wood in the sides soon.
Oh, Yo's killing another market, dude. He could trade with that.
Hey, maybe in this moment it would actually make sense. Because he doesn't have long-term gold income.
Hoofnitze over here have 30 kills as a group.
Yeah.
And God knows how many raisings they have as well.
And capture
Yo
rage.
couldn't quite get Blast Furnace in there.
Dave, of the 30 kills, 12 of that is friendly fire. According to capture rage.
Nice.
Yeah, Yo is a real fighter here, man, but his pop is still not quite what you would want. He is going to run through... Wait, how did he do that? He's running through kind of
Elite
towards the
Ballista
north.
Elephant and double crossbow coming in.
So expensive.
So remember, I saw this unit matchup, Viper versus Tato, and the Ballista Elephants did win. Now, granted, Tato had a good map position, but Viper still had like 8 Hoofnitze with Halbs.
Okay.
And the Ballista Elephants and Hussar were the victors.
Valis is
we'll
like,
see.
whoops, there's a TC, didn't see that. Yo is not reacting to this at all. This is like 60 villagers in this corner.
Yeah.
It's all going to go down.
It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
Imagine
Yo
just how much
only
time
has
it would
to
take
hope-
to place more farms, too.
Yeah, Yo has to hope that Valis attack grounds his own units here.
Mm-hmm. Also, Yo's 4 relics are in that corner, too, if Valis wants to focus on that. And he is going to focus on that. Yeah, so...
Hussar raids in the center, killing villagers as well. 2 onagers going down there.
Wood and food is kind of low for Valis, but he does have 40 halbs on the field, so it just feels like he's got them all on the sides. Pop efficiency is awkward here. I would just, with that much gold, I would just buy a couple more castles for the middle, just so the raids are never an issue there.
Yo is TCing his own base again. His old base.
And he's town centering the south as well.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. The tenacity.
But he's at 70 vills. He's got 12 farms. He's not floating many resources. He's making his opponent work, though. I'll give him that. And obviously, it's going to be a long series.
This is just typical Yo, honestly. He sees a possible win condition, and he's not going to give up.
Yeah, and he just
until
goes
he's
after
explored all options.
Yep. sniping some onagers here. The Hufnitze ball and the Trebs are coming this direction, though. I love how Valis is... He's reacting to some of the things that Yo is doing, but it's not with everything. He still has his main push controlled, which is not easy to do when you have such a slow comp.
Friendly fire is at 16 now on those
Nice.
Hufnitze. So... And Elite Ballista Elephant is in.
Shouldn't they get wrecked by the Hufnitze?
That's what I thought as well.
I guess we'll see.
They kind of do, but they're not doing as much damage as you would think, right? It's
Yeah,
like
because they're so strong.
5-6 shotting, but in a mass like that, when there's more Hufnitze than there is Ballista Elephant, I think they should win. And Yo sees that and he calls GG. Yo tried to stretch it out, just wasn't happening. Valis with a great push there down the gut, and Yo couldn't make it work.
Yeah, remember, I mean, we should be saying things similar about Valis as we did to Running, who won the first semifinal against Tato. I mean, this is not a guy who is in that top 8 who was invited to this event. This is a player who's had his best year in Age of Empires. He's like 22, right? Young, aggressive player who knows how to boom and knows how to play these camping maps, and he showed it here, Dave.
Yep. And he beat Jordan, and he beat ACCM.
Big names.
Now I could see him, like, it's come to the point where ACCM is so good that I think beating ACCM is the bigger upset than beating Jordan, especially in a tournament like this, where you would expect ACCM to prepare a little bit more than Jordan might. But those are two big names.
Yeah.
Two big names there.
And now he takes the first win against Yo. Obviously a long series ahead. Yo is no stranger to a long series, but I still feel, so like from a map perspective, I love the map and I love the situations that it creates. But if you want that outside-inside fight to go on longer, there needs to be less gold in the middle and more gold in the outside. Because giving up the middle, again, I haven't seen a dozen plus games of this like I have with most other maps, but like giving up the middle.
There's enough gold in the outside. I think so.
Really? There's like 6 tiles left. Maybe that's not it. Maybe it's just like losing the middle in general.
There's 4 tiles on the outside of gold. And odds are, if you control the outside, your opponent's not out there at all.
Yeah, maybe.
You have all of those access to, and there's 4 relics on the outside too.
Well, I guess the big thing is, I think giving up the middle, whether it's gold or whether it's just like losing all those vills and having to transport them, giving up the middle never feels great.
Yeah.
And it feels like whoever gets a push going like this generally is going to have some success. The
plan is probably not to have nothing on the middle. The plan is probably to control the outside and then just have a remnant of your economy on the middle, like holding on, right? Distracting him.
It was a good start for you. He killed those 3 villagers, but didn't make it happen there. Bohemians was the very first pick there, though, for Valis. So obviously you would expect, if that implies it's one of his best civilizations, that he would have greater odds against Khmer, which was pretty far down on the list.
Okay, here we go. Humans and Mayans on Territorial. So Territorial, I don't know if you've seen this one before.
I have to look at it first before I tell you if I do, but feel free to continue.
So there's a lot of fish and deer and whatnot incentivizing you to come out to the middle. There's also a lot of relics on this map, and then you have these outposts that actually change hands as soon as you find them. So if the eagle for Valis goes close enough to the outpost, it'll change to blue. And then if Yo gets a unit close enough without one of Valis's units being in range, it changes back to red. So it's kind of like you get vision for having that map control in the middle. And if you don't go out into the middle, you're missing out on all the extra res that's there. So I like it. It's a nice map.
Yeah, it's also one of the few maps in this event where I think both players should maybe go feudal age pressure too, like Scout and Archer, because if you don't do that, you're giving up a lot of food. Probably not one of those maps that the true clowns would love, the players who really like the closed maps and only the closed maps. But the beauty of a player like Valis is, even though he's good in the Black Forest and the arena and whatnot,
he's good in everything.
He's good in everything else too.
Yeah,
yep, exactly.
Like he can get top 10 on the ladder playing Arabia. He has that capability. So he's just an all-around great player. I don't know if I ever told you, the first time I ever saw Valis was in Nations Cup 2017, and Finland B played my shitty Canada B team, and they were all like Valis was one of them. They were all like 1,900, 1,800 players matching up against me and my squad of 1,200 or whatever, the guys that had along with me. And Valis came forward and lamed the hell out of me. Like, he knew it was a clear win, and he came forward. He just lamed me like none other, and I remember being quite angry about that.
I could see that.
Yeah, he like killed my Dockville, took my boar. Like there was oh man.
Dude, I think like maybe I don't know how he would treat that now. Obviously, he plays to win, and it works. I lamed a 1,300. I don't know if you know Art of the Troll. I'm sure you might recognize the name.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I lamed that poor guy. It was like one of my first tourneys, you know, and I was like way higher elo, but I didn't play a lot of tourneys, so I was like way nervous, and I lamed this poor guy, and I felt he still brings it up. I feel so bad I did that. I feel so bad. It's such a sweaty move, but.
So Barracks is already up for Velas. Is he going men? It looks like he's going men at arms push. He's going to gold right now.
Like
yep. So that's interesting. He's going to try and punish the Cumans. Now, Cumans on this map theoretically should be okay because of all the extra food if you can get a TC set up. But Yo is actually really unfortunate with this generation. Sometimes the pawns spawn like right near your base, but he's only got 2 little tiny shorefish beside him. So really tough for him to go out for that extra food. If he was in like Valis's position, a TC over to the right side of Valis's base would be beautiful.
Yeah.
On the shorefish, on the deer, everything.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I mean, Cumans do have extra HP on their palisades. So if Yo's going to try and go for this 2TC boom, I think that's a nice reason to go for it.
He's going out to the side. Uh-oh.
He does have vision.
He does have the outpost there.
Yeah,
until Valis takes the outpost.
I don't see a TC spot over here that excites me at all.
I think on the deer and the shorefish, I guess, and then you make a lumber camp over there on the wood. Or is he going even further? Okay, there we go. That's where it is.
Well, I mean, he's going to have food. And I think the key here is, since these villagers can't easily access other resources, at least initially, is if you're going to farm, you want to farm with the villagers that are there.
He's tracking the militia too. And Valis might have seen those deer running away. From the bills there in his fog of war.
Also,
Yo's going to have
there too.
The walls there. And I mean, this is one way to attempt to punish the Cumans 2TC boom. But the problem with this for me is that if you don't get damage early, the TC just becomes another defensive
Mods, help
structure.
me out if you can.
And your archers are going to be running into it. Your men-at-arms are going to be running into it. So it's going to be really, really tough for you to capitalize on the investment you've made.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, the problem is, we talk about a lot with humans. It's like, the best players with this just so good with defensive play.
Yeah.
And you just sit there banging on walls the whole time and never do any follow-up damage. However, the fast archer could be such a big talking point, and Yo was waiting for that. He was waiting for that thing to pop out. And he might still wait for it. But if that gets there, then suddenly you can't wall behind like Yo is trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Smart for Valis to build up 2 archers and then send them across.
Yo might actually need to make a ton of army here, Dave, and he's going to try because that gold is awful for him.
Oh, yeah, true. It's all on the left side here, isn't it? I guess he can, like, kind of secure that one if he walls in the corner there, if he sneaks the villager out. But, I mean, fortunately for him, behind this 2TC boom, his archer ranges and his stables only cost like 75 wood or whatever, or 100 wood or whatever.
Yeah,
Is it 100 or 75?
I think it's 100 now. It used to be 75 though.
Yeah.
And then it's confusing.
I just know it's cheap.
Yeah, there are hundreds involved. It's either costs 100 or it's minus 100. So it's easy to get confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does make it a little easier to defend this. I mean, you also do have to think about the food eco in the long run though, because once the deer run out, and they will soon for Yo on the right TC, he's gonna have to farm, man. And that's a lot of farms needed for 2 TCs when you don't have many at the moment.
Well, he could YOLO, go up with a mill and try and take the deer. He knows where the army is from Velas.
Yeah.
And he has an outpost there, too.
Yo needs to protect his scout here, Dave. That's going to be helpful. He's going to lose it. That's unlike him, but he's obviously very busy with defense right now.
Yeah. Trying to keep the archers at bay. with his archer and his skirmisher, and he's still adding more skirms, but only one at a time. And you said he needs to make a ton of army. Yo can't afford a ton of army. Yo can afford exactly 3 army with fletching as an upgrade.
It's not
And
really
walls
floating
this
the
off, and He
food.
goes for a tower. Hasn't lost a villager yet, though.
It's going to be double range for Valis, which is a bit of a surprise to me. Generally, players are going to try and save resources. Like they'll be very happy with this, save resources and go castle. But, I mean, they are Mayan archers, and that's very cheap. And he does have full map control, too, so you could still have a pretty solid castle time behind it. Not the prettiest tower ever for Yo. I think in Castle Age, that army could always range that gold quite easily, but it does get
Yo's
the...
Woody Co. is disgusting. Ugh. Straggler trees.
Yep.
Villagers near the TC over there. He has no food to take now. He's taking shorefish way far away. Doesn't have enough wood to make the mills. Archers are now coming over to that side.
Do you know if Yo played with the humans on this map before, or if anyone did? Maybe one of our viewers could bring that up.
I think I saw Yo on this map, but I can't remember. Oh, I think it was against Slam. He played Hindustanis here. I believe that was the Italians against Hindustanis game.
Okay.
I think it was this map. It might have been Dong, but I can't remember.
All right, skirms. There's 3 of them with no armor.
No armor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. This whole eco just looks bad, right? After the hunt was taken, you're creating villas and they have no job to really go to. But that is still the first villager killed.
Yep.
So it's not
And there
like...
goes Velis.
Yep.
Up to Castle Age. Man, Yo needs a lumber camp. He's spending all his wood on farms. My man needs a lumber camp.
It's so rough to watch. Okay, so...
And there's another farm. Oh, God.
Dave, I'm all about the tough questions. All right, you know this. All right, so this is going to be a real tricky one.
I didn't do it.
But I really want your insight on this because I don't know if I can answer it. Which TC do you think Valis is going to try and take down? Any guesses?
It's
It's
really
tricky,
tough.
right?
It's one of them. Yeah, one of them is in a really risky position. The other one's on a hill in a safe position.
Yeah, it's like, and there's no like invitation to kill
Yeah.
this either. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's what that TC said to me. This TC said to me, "Come get me," basically.
Kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got no resources around it.
This is a suicidal TC. Just like someone, I don't have the courage to do it myself. Finish me off, please. I love
the archers are pushing in against the wall there, but
He'll be crossbow
one
soon.
house should be enough to stop that.
Yo's got 21 on food, but a lot of that's farms, which is a lot slower than the shorefish and deer that's around the map, and he's still nowhere close to clicking up.
This is one of those games where the you'll get the occasional chatters that just join and go like, "Yo, 20 villagers ahead, GG." Right? But it's really not at this stage because Valis just has such an advantage to Castle Age, and I think if you were to ask many players whose position they would take here, almost all of them would say Valis.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the thing that can save Yo is if he uses a market, and he does have one in the back of his base. And then I think an important element to this is make the siege workshop while you're on the way to Castle Age. Do not forget that you can make that in feudal, because a lot of players, if they're not going to try Rams, they forget they can make that thing at that stage.
Now, do you go for a ram here to open or Mangonel?
Mangonel, for sure. Yeah, because your opponent might make more skirms. Rams can be fought off by villagers fairly effectively, so... But Yo's on the way up.
No armor for Yo. No armor, still.
Look at all these vills in front of the tower for Yo. It's like... He's taking so many risks, but... He does have 61 vills.
Yeah, I mean, he can afford to... If there's one thing he can afford to lose, it's vills at this point, so...
I really was hoping Valis would be pressuring that gold. I don't think Yo should be able to take that gold at all.
No.
Right, and you see now that your opponent is not letting you break in, but camp that gold. Now, he might think that there's another gold inside the walls because he hasn't scouted it, but if he knows the map and can look at his own base, there's only one gold inside each base. So camp that gold.
He's building up 2 Mangonels before he pushes out against the tower. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like it too because if Yo had a stable or something, you know, Yo could sneak in And now Yo's not really going to know what to do. He won't have as much time to react, obviously.
Yeah.
Man,
Some
Yo's done
momentum
such a
play
good
for
job,
sure.
though. He's only lost 2 vills, which is wild.
Yep. But I mean, his worker efficiency throughout this whole process has been struggling, and
Yeah,
he's
it
about
has.
to lose more.
Yeah.
He's really about to lose more because Valis is being an absolute 500 IQ play right here. At least the thought of it. Sitting the crossbows right there was not great within range of the TC.
The thought of it, yeah.
But he was thinking, I'm going to pressure him here. I'm going to force him off that TC, and I'm going to push him right into my army. Unfortunately, he was within range of the TC, which is tough to tell on the hill.
Yeah, because he's got crossbows on the other side and towers. He's got siege he needs to micro. 2 out of the 3 things went really well there. But Yo did add the siege workshop, and he is making a mangonel.
Now he's losing more vills, finally.
It also has 15, 16, 17 idols at the moment.
Ooh, running to the corner with some villagers too, but Valis is going for a TC, his second TC, and he's got the outpost there too. Town Watch might be worth it here for Valis if you have all those outposts anyway.
Yeah. So do you have to get like right next to the outpost to convert it, or within it?
Within 3 tiles, I think.
Okay. Well, this is a really good reposition here for Valis because it's back to the gold conversation we've had. Yo has brought everything, or not brought everything, but Yo has used his siege to defend the right side. And so now he realizes that's kind of a risky maneuver. So he's just going to shift over to the gold, and I think it's perfect. Yo will now need to somehow get the siege across the middle, which Valis has a lot of vision on. And if he doesn't get any siege here, he will have no access to gold. Also,
Really
please
great.
don't kill your own crossbows, Valis. Okay.
Oh boy. I was looking at that, but he was attacking the blacksmith, and then he wandered in front. Oh man. Great move from Yo there to add that siege workshop going up. I think that made all the difference on the TC push. Not something you can do with any other civ, and Yo is killing a couple villagers on the side. He's being distracting with the knights. The main push is still threatening though. That's 4 mangonels and the crossbows here. Yo is still at 62 vills. He's been around 60 vills for a very long time.
You know, it is at a point of the game where farming eco feels a lot more realistic in the long term. And I'm not seeing many farms for Valis. Not to mention that random knights could run into wherever he has shorefish or deer. It says he's got 6 on food, Dave. I mean, Yo still has a Vill lead. Amazingly. And he's a couple mangonel shots away from maybe taking the score lead too, because all he needs to defend from what Valis has right now is siege. That is it.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's life, right? We're always just a couple mangonel shots away from being okay.
And still so short every time.
Yeah, exactly. Sag.
Ooh, big
he almost
defense
got
though.
that one. But he loses the mangonel forward, and the tower takes it out too. Valis isn't going to like the looks of that one.
Dave, and then the knights are on the left too. Oh, it's going to be... This is going to start to slowly creep into Yo's favor, I think. He's got 22
He's only 11
farms.
villagers ahead now, though. He was significantly more ahead
Oh,
earlier. Ooh,
crossbows.
gets hit by another shot, and he's not paying attention.
This is
Tristan.
him farming yeah, look at his main TC. Look at his main TC.
Oh my god.
That's him trying to farm. And I'll give him credit. That's a lot more farms than I could have placed in that amount of time. Like,
yeah.
and they're very well
Lightning
placed.
speed, dude.
Yeah.
Lightning speed.
But yeah, that, you know, he's got to sort that area of his eco out, and Yo yet again with the cumans,
Yeah.
figuring it out, and decent micro
nice
there
micro.
from Valis.
This is a great defense from Yo.
Yeah, it was so much better
I mean,
than I thought
but like,
possible.
what do we expect? Yo is just one of the masters, right?
The farming eco's there now for Valis. It's like he placed farms so he doesn't have to look in them ever again.
Ooh, he kills a deer?
Yeah, that deer blocked him earlier, and
Oh, yo.
1 for 1. Oh!
Oh, he doesn't get it. Okay. Val is somehow surviving both of those mangonels, barely any HP, and he's showing up on the stone, Tristan.
Uh-oh.
That's a big raid there. That's a huge raid there for Valis. He's not paying attention to his mangonel, but he takes out the mangonel from Yo, trades 1 for 1.
Yo's in with knights. Yo got into the houses with knights, so he's in the main farming eco. Now watch to see if Yo has any more siege, because those crossbows might be distracted. In the end, this isn't too bad for Valis, though, because he has the TCs up. And what a great game this is. This is an awesome one.
Yep.
And still, I think Yo needs to lock down that left-hand side. So I think he's going to build his castle, which he's been saving up for on that side if he gets a moment.
Knights can't find a way in. +2 armor wasn't in early, so Yo didn't want to risk it underneath those TCs, and the crossbows are coming back. So there should be enough crossbows to deal with those Knights, and Valis is rewalling behind, so the Knights are trapped in.
Crossbow's
Hopefully
also back on this awkward wood line we both hate. But there's siege there now. Uh-oh. Attack round. Boom! And it's +2 on
And
the
the Knights are here.
Yep. That should all be cleared up. Another big shot. And now Yo might be tempted to build a forward castle. I think a defensive castle makes the most sense, but there's Yo.
And there we go. There's the villagers right there. Where is it going? Is it going where that outpost is?
Oh, yup.
Yup. It's Mr. Yo. I mean, we should know what's going on here, right?
Siege is going to be lagging a little behind, though. I mean, this is, there's still a decent amount of crossbowmen out there for Valis. I don't know if
Does
this
he
is...
cancel this? We have a lot of Yeah, Yo is like, okay, we're thinking about this. Mangonel is coming out from that siege workshop.
Oh, man.
Only a few Knights. Crossbows are here, but Valis goes back.
Well, there's enough villagers building it. That's a good job from Yo. If you've got 15 vills, you're still going to get that up regardless of how that fight goes. And now you're on the back foot. Your opponent has protected farming eco.
You go for a castle of your own, obviously, as Valis, but are you looking towards Imperial H now? He's gone into Pikeman, like...
I mean, I think castle drop, imp, trebs is what you want, but I just don't know if that's possible when so much of your base is exposed on the right side.
Yeah.
It's like you want a castle to defend yourself from this push.
You could stone wall right now.
Yeah, maybe. He's going to make his own outpost there, which is kind of nice. And he's going to go pike, so I guess he doesn't feel like imp is possible, so he's going to stay in castle. But Yo's food eco is looking awesome right now. God, man, like, Yo is... What he's done here, it almost shouldn't work. This is kind of how I feel about it. Like, his gold was exposed, his second TC looks so bad, but this Yo things and just cumin things, I guess. As he gets his wood upgrade. Nice.
Welcome to Cumins 101. It shouldn't work. Just like poles. Okay, Valis, he's getting ballistics, going after the Mangonel.
I think poles should work. I think poles are pretty crazy right now. Both players are kind of floating food a moment ago, Dave. And now, I'm not sure if Imperial Age is on the cards for either of them, as they're both spending it again. And oh my god, this army count is crazy. Big attack round there from Yo. Weakened a few crossbows.
Nice attack round. He's not a right click, but he does get the Mangonel taken out. And the pikemen are enough to drive those Knights away, and I think they're enough to provide a little meat shield there for Valis. As long as he stays out of range of that castle, a little bit sloppy. Only loses one crossbow because of it.
Yo is going to drop a town center on the gold on the left. And speaking of that, if Valis can't take that gold next to Yo's castle, he would have to leave his base to the left to get gold. And now Yo's going to start to raid a little bit on the right. This is looking better and better for Yo, Dave. Obviously, it's looked decent for him for a while here, but he clawed himself back from what we thought was a position where maybe a TC would have gone down.
Yeah, and he's going to go in first. Fine. Oh, boy.
Valis still making pikemen because he has to respect the potential that Yo could go all in here. And Valis is going to drop a castle now to the left side to secure that gold, like we said. And I think in that moment, he also realized there was more gold further down. But here comes Yo on the right, and all the villagers are running.
You don't even hide in there. You can just nuke that TC so quickly.
And the crossbows and the pikemen have to go over. Look at Yo's light cav. It's probably a bad thing to look at right now, but on the left, he's had that light cav. It was just on the right side, too.
It's been patrolling for a long time.
Yeah, so he set waypoints all over the map, just looking to see where his opponent's at. Even snagging relics.
Valis trying to buy himself enough time with this TC on the right, and I think he almost has. He repaired the TC for a second. Crossbows are coming over, but now the crossbows are awfully exposed without those pikemen. And Valis goes for... Okay, he's getting cute now. Going for double siege workshop to block in the Knights.
I mean, he does have ballistics. He does now click up to the Imperial Age. He might kill these Knights, but he's lost a lot of villagers, and his opponent's about to have trebs on him.
He will get these. I think he's going to escape with some, at least.
Gate.
They might even get into his base.
Wall, gate. Oh, should be walled. Nice. If there's a hole there, I'll cry for him, but no. Okay, he kills him. Not
Look at how
too
much
shabby.
distraction this is giving, though. Yo is dropping a castle forward.
Yeah.
Well, all that army is over there. Yo is going to be an Imperial Age first. Still have probably like 3 or 4 trebs by the time Valis gets there, and they're all going to be attacking that castle. If Yo can see it, yeah, he sees the one.
How did
up
Yo
on
get
the
out
hill.
of there? Those crossbows have ballistics. I guess they're speedy with the Khumans, but that was pretty impressive.
Hipjack.
Yeah, Dave, it's like there's nothing Valis can do to push back castles unless he has his own castle. And he's not going to have that castle because Yo will have trebs.
Yep.
This is looking better and better for Yo. However, still a big crossbow army, which Yo will need to deal with. Oh, on the right. No!
I caught the tail end of that one. I did catch the tail end of that one. Oh, boy.
That's
Fighting up a hill against that. And there goes your army as he's adding plumes right now. Now, plumes will do well against the Kipchaks.
Yep.
You're going to need the numbers. That is, I can't believe Valis went imp with that forward TC. I don't know about that, but Yo's likely not going to attack that.
Well, in his
I don't
mind, it
think
was
he has
way
enough
better
time.
choice than the TC on the right, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
on
for
60
sure.
HP. So
For sure, yeah.
yeah, I mean, that army for Valis is going to be upgraded, but I think he has to choose between Halb and between Arbalest. And I do not see how he keeps that castle up there.
I mean,
on the
if there's a
left side.
bright side here, your opponent's going Kipchak.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'd say that's a bright side if you had a few more crossbows, though, right? Like, I think that big shot there from Yo was such an important moment. I don't know. Yo loves humans, and he loves the Kipchak. So, like, I feel like I should put more weight in that unit. But just like
Like in
anytime I try and
the-
play with humans, everything dies. I just can't do it when I
More
make
weight
that.
in the bucket that you tie to his leg when you throw him in the river, or like what?
That's a phrase, bro.
Oh, okay. I'm just not a fan.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we have armor on the way now for Yo. He's going to have full upgrades. He won't have elite for a bit. He's got plenty of builds. He's actually not spending his food on too much at the moment, so maybe he could add stables and go for Cav for a raid. Val is still trying to stay alive on the right side. And he's got castle going up, but then all the plumes are getting destroyed on the left side.
Ed.
Yeah, this is painful.
Oh, man. At least the final armor upgrade isn't in yet. And Bracer is in now, so crossbows will be doing well. The chemistry upgrade is in as well. And they're going to be sitting in a nice little choke point there. So the knights will die. But Yo is just using them to buy himself enough time. He's going for another castle for... Okay, that castle's a little bit aggressive.
He
It actually
could
might
lose
die to
it.
the... Yeah. If it only hits it once...
Nah, he got it.
Nah, I got it.
It's actually it's ballsy, but it will go up and it will be a good castle. Because even if it gets shrebbed down, it's a castle that just keeps Vala's back.
Yep.
And Yo can take
Castle
all
that
the
keeps
stone on
on
the map
giving.
to make more. Yep.
That's right.
Did complete full armor now Thumbring, now Parthian. So he was actually pretty far away from full upgrades in most of these fights. It's a 60 HP unit. I forget if Elite makes it go above that. I feel like it should, but I think it goes to 65 or something.
Like 70 or something. Yeah, it's
It's like
disgusting.
really low.
I feel like I say this all the time. I would like Kipchak if people didn't think they were good. But there's a large number of people that think they're really good, and they're not. So I don't like them.
Do you apply that same logic to anything people think are good?
No, I'm not like I'm only a hipster when it comes to AoE.
No. I'm talking about any unit or any civilization that people think are good. Do you not like them for the same reason?
No. But they can think they're good and they can actually be good, which isn't the case with the Kipchak.
I see. Okay, so
Yeah.
if like Goths, because a lot of people think Goths are good.
Yeah.
You would not be a fan in this case.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't. So the problem with the Kipchak is that people that think Goths are good, I don't care about their opinion. Why would I? People
It's
who
the
think
type of
Kipchaks
people.
are good. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. I think that was
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being cleared up, Valis is dead.
Yeah, nice segue. I like it.
Adding more 20 farbs in a split
He's
second.
I gotta train with this guy, man. Like
Dude,
he
is
farms
a fast
so fast.
farm adder. Yeah.
Actually, what time was that? 44 minutes. I want to know what his APM spike was at that time on Capture Age. Yeah, these kip checks are they're looking good, which proves Dave wrong-ish, I guess.
Yes.
But it's situational, man. Like it's
They're
very
looking good against
situational
crossbows, 2 trebs, and
and
a
house.
mangonel.
Yeah, exactly. Well played from Yo. I don't know if I've seen a worse second TC for Kumans in tournaments in a long time, and Yo made it happen anyways. That was impressive.
I didn't mind it. He got the food. He went up to Castle Age at the same time. I think like it's bad in Castle Age once he starts getting pushed, but he managed to defend.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind that TC. I think
Well,
you got to get food income.
Yeah, I mean there weren't many better options, right? Because if he places a second TC in his walls, then he doesn't have those deer and he doesn't have the shorefish. So he kind of felt the need to take the risk.
I just think Valis should have, like you said, he should have been camping that gold with the crossbows.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was doing over there. If you deny Yo off that gold, he runs into all sorts of problems. Producing the mangonel, getting the knights out, hell, even going up to Castle Age is going to be an issue for him.
Yeah, and then maybe he has to sell stone. Like maybe he would rely on the market a lot more. It was tricky though because he had to focus on a siege push on the right when there was a tower and a siege workshop.
But there was a point even before that, before he had the siege out, where you had the crossbows and they were just attacking a random wall.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
there was like a classic situation of when he goes to the gold, there's no villagers there because Yo sees him and he's pulled away.
Yeah,
but he doesn't camp the gold because he doesn't see any units there.
Yeah,
or villagers.
Also, I think that because he had so little scouting in the back, it's very possible that in his mind, he's thinking there might be another gold back there.
Maybe.
Now, we can look at it and we can say, okay, Valis, you have 1 gold in your walls and your other golds are outside. But that's not... I don't know if this map is like common enough where that just clicks in his brain there. So he's probably, when he didn't see the vills, as you said, says maybe he's got another gold back there. So, anyways, was a really good game. Like, I don't think Valis made many mistakes. I think he had a good game, and it was very similar to like game number 1. Like Yo probably didn't make many mistakes, got outplayed by Valis. So we'll move on to game 3 with a pretty even series.
We're on Zawal here, and we saw Zawal earlier today. Yo has gone for Portuguese, which actually ended up winning. Yeah, it was the Portuguese win against Koreans. It's exact same Civ matchup, actually.
Oh, it is.
Exact same Civ matchup as earlier. Tato died with the Koreans, trying to go for guard tower defense. Now, Valis's map is set up a lot better than Tato's is, and you can see him already thinking about the wall with the houses there.
True, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, another map gen too, where one player definitely has worse golds than the other. Like Valis's golds are more exposed and closer to that wall in the middle, and you've got Yo's pretty far back there. We theorize that might be just due to the wall positions, but if they push the middle, certainly Valis is going to have his work cut out for him.
Mm-hmm. So I think Valis will wall here at the front, go for guard towers if he needs to, and this forward wall is going to buy him a little bit more time than Tato had with a completely open base. The problem with house walling like this is Valis is already going to stone at the front. Okay.
He has to be careful, though, because fortunately Korean villagers give you more vision, because he could lose... I mean, he'd probably wall it, but there is a wolf there. So it's unlikely a player is going to lose a villager to a wolf at this elo, but
we're going to find out.
It could happen.
The scout is right there. He's also a BF player, so him losing a villager to a wolf is unlikely.
Everyone should be able to wall it these days, but I mean, there's more wolves around you got to pay attention to.
Yeah. It's never the first wolf. It's always the second one that gets you.
What map was it? Well, I mean, I still can't sleep at night because of the wolf thing and the charity show match we did. That was horrible.
Well, you know what your problem was is you didn't realize that you were only doing 1 damage per hit with the villagers. I didn't even fight them at all with my vills. I would just always garrison them in something and attack.
Yeah.
So like I watched snippets from like I think it browsed through one of your YouTube videos or whatever, and you kept sending villagers out to attack them like over and over again.
It said wolf. It didn't say like Omega Wolf.
It's hunting wolf, dude. Do 1 damage per hit.
Well, yeah, this must be an interesting build here for Valis. I guess his villager was already out there, so he decided to go to stone a little bit early. But if he's going tower defense, he wouldn't be on stone now, so this could actually be for a castle drop. I think, anyways. Like, if he sends more than one villager, obviously a bit later on, then it's castle drop.
I think he might just be trying to buy some time, honestly. Like, if Yo sees that he's on that stone and Valis sets up a tower there, Yo's going to spend a lot of time trying to take down that tower, pressure that area. It's going to give time for Valis to boom up, time which Tato didn't have. Like,
Yeah.
Tato, where he set up his initial tower line, was right in the middle of his eco. So if Yo ever gets, or if Running ever got through that, he was basically done. And he did. And he was done. So
I still don't know what your options are. Like, tower defense, great, keeps you alive. The second a castle drop organ gun player sees that, they go up to Imp, and they go Bomber Cannon Monk. Like, what do you make with Koreans? I guess
Towers beat Bomber Cannon Monk. They same range.
I guess here he does have access to an extra stone, right? Because the stone he's taking is a forward one. And then he's got the main stone on the back.
Like, if you ever get to a situation in late Imp where you still have stone as Koreans, you can just outrange the monks and the bombard cannons.
Yeah, but then there's trebs, and then if you use your own bombard cannons to go get the trebs, there's monks. I see what you're saying, though. I think your point is you think Valis is going to be able to have more success than Tato. And I agree.
Yes.
At least with what we're seeing so far.
Yeah.
It does depend on a lot of factors, though, right? Like, I still think this could be a castle drop for Valis because he's sending more vills over there. But yeah, like Yo's castle placement, and if he goes monks as well, all these things matter. Yo's going to go blacksmith market. Yo's going to sell 100 stone for 91 gold, get 201, and boom, on his way to castle. Remember, it's a Gaia wall, everybody, so you can't see if it gets attacked. You have to keep your scout active.
Yep. Build's not quite as clean as Running's was for Mr. Yo, but I think Running, like we said before, I think probably Running is the most prepared player for this tournament from what I've seen.
I could
crazy
see that.
builds coming out of him. Also, look at the wall on the right side. What a random...
That's the place to sneak right there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Retarded, and then woo!
Yeah.
It is funny. Shout out, I think it was Bazzy. I don't know if BaziDrown or BaziDrown. I forget exactly how the name's spelled. I forget if he made all the maps, but I know that he made this one, and it's a really cool concept. That and the two worlds thing. Do you remember that? Where they're split between like that massive wall.
Bro, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Didn't you play there? What didn't I watch?
Yeah,
you
you
I think
casted
I cast
it.
you.
Yeah, and
Who were you playing against? Was you against RMQ? I think
RMQ. Yep, it was RMQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so my suggestion after casting it, because the games could stalemate, was Wonder Relic Victory, and I took advantage of that. And then the last game, I got outwondered, so. Very difficult to play, though. I don't know if I could play it all the time.
No, guys, players have to attack the walls. They can't take the walls. They're Gaia, but it's untakeable.
Yep. I guess it's a little confusing with the outpost in the previous game.
He is going to go for a castle here. He is going to go for a castle, and it's going to be a castle from Yo. Castle v. Castle. I think the Portuguese are going to be a little bit better set up for the fast Imperial Age, though.
Yo saw that castle spot, and is now taking his time.
He doesn't have enough
with
stone.
his...
He doesn't have enough stone. Yeah, he's waiting.
But I mean, you don't want to place this in a position where Bodcanero from the opponent could range you. Because like, you usually don't get fletching in Bodcanero if you're making organ guns, but you would if you're making wagons. This is interesting. I guess what this does do, though, is virtually any way that either player would go through, the other one's going to have protection, but I guess they could go diagonally. Yeah, see, look, now he's shooting Yo's castle. That is such a bad castle. That's really weird to me. I mean, I think you have to get fletching, right? Because it's going to be a while till they're in him. And castles can...
Ooh, and war wagons, too. But there is going to be monks out. Yeah, there's already monks. Like, the war wagons aren't really going to... You see the monk, you retreat, you put the war wagon in the castle, gives you a couple extra arrows.
He's going to run through. Obviously, he's got his scout. He's going to weaken the scout there from Yo. Sees the castle's going up for Yo, of course.
You can almost just dive for this monk right now.
Oh, the repath.
No, dude.
Oh,
You give him a conversion?
I don't think you run in there at all. I think you just keep your wagons in your castle and shoot that
Well,
other one down.
once you're in and you start getting converted, going back is you're gonna get converted.
True.
If you
Yeah.
go back. So I think you dive under that castle and get that monk, or take a chance on it at least, because you're just gonna, at the end of the day, you're just giving him another conversion.
Yeah,
if
and you
don't
want to delete this one. You can't accomplish anything with wagons against monks in low numbers.
I mean, you could go to the edge of the map and pull him there. I guess.
True. Yeah, just head over there. I think this is kind of a race to buying food and getting imp now, is it not?
Maybe.
I mean, I know I've said it 3 times already, but man, does it bother me that Yo placed that castle there. Valis has already taken 300 HP off that castle.
Valis is gonna win this War Wagon v War Wagon? No, he's not.
Delete. Nice. Nice job keeping the scout alive for Valis. He did a full circle around Yo's base. Now he's going to lose the scout. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, nice job keeping the scout alive, Valis. Great job,
That's
man.
my fault.
Love to see it.
Siege Workshop now for Valis. Will he consider Rams, possibly? I would like it.
I don't know about Rams, dude. Don't Oregons do okay versus Rams? They have extra shots. I guess
Yeah,
you wouldn't have time to react with enough Oregons.
It
if
is
he builds
interesting,
up,
though.
like,
He's
3 or
also
4
adding.
Rams.
He's also going for petards, Dave. So he really wants to take that thing out.
I think, like, if you go for Rams, you can't go through that little choke point because they'll bump and it'll take so long. Maybe the petards are just to get through the walls at a different angle.
Maybe. We got quick walls now from Valis, so the scout from Yo can't see anything. That's creative. But Yo is happy to dodge the arrow shots so his castle doesn't get hit. Very surprised Yo isn't buying food yet. I feel like we're just seconds away from it.
Yep.
I still don't like what are you going to break in for if you're using it to break in? You're going to break in to go in with wagons.
You go further down on the right side. You break in with wagons.
He's adding a stable, so he might want to go scouts.
He hasn't added another petard. I don't know what Valis is doing.
Yeah,
here.
me either.
He's got 1 ram, 1 petard, 2 war wagons, and 38 vills.
But if he had 5 wagons in there with Bodkin, I mean, the castle's about to go down below 4,000 HP. Yo might be in a spot where he tries to go imp fast, hoping he's going to have a castle, and it could be awkward. But I guess now that I think about it, I mean, all Yo needs is
He's
one
got enough
trap.
to repair.
Yeah, and he can repair behind it. Yo's
Does Valis
scout,
have Bloom?
he does, but Yo's scout is going to show the siege workshop. It shows the stable. It's going to even see the new scout.
I think did it see the petard? Ooh, nice quick wall. Okay.
Now Yo should know. Also, Yo just
Valis
snagged that
is going
relic.
he's going for another castle?
He really wants that down. So is the plan to double castle and then ram this? Like a castle on the right side of this? Because if Yo doesn't have a castle, he can't make trips.
It's honestly amazing Yo's still not up to me.
Yeah, sell
I was
wood.
thinking about it. Yeah.
Sell wood. God, now you don't have your own monks, so your opponent has a war wagon, which is going to be a pain.
Yep.
Don't lose that scout. Heal it. Okay. Yo's up
And
now.
the villagers are running to the right side from Valis. Oh, sorry. Stream. And it's for a monastery. Okay.
Valis definitely seems to be all over the place right now.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Now,
dude.
here's
He is
something
so
I don't.
confused.
Here's something. So recently, the feudal age stone walls were changed to 1080 HP from 900, and I knew when it was 900, 1 petard would take out a feudal age stone wall, which is what this is. Does 1 petard take it out now, or do you need some help? Because this is it's kind of a big deal, right?
I think it will, right? I think it will.
I hope it does, because otherwise,
I mean,
that's
if
gonna
it
be
doesn't, the
discussed.
villagers can finish it off.
Yeah. Okay, it does. That's good.
It takes out 2.
Yeah, that was
And
maybe.
Valis is coming forward with the castle with 5 vills. At least he's got the light cav and the monk, I suppose. And man, if he puts it way at the back here, that is just an omega Chad move.
Place
There's
it next
so
to
many
the
monks
TC.
there from Yo. Can Yo see? He can't see this, dude.
Oh, Yo can't see any of
He
it.
can't see it. He doesn't know anything about that. And Valis is hugging the edge.
No way. Let's
Hug
go.
the edge, bro. He will see the monk and he'll see that this has been cut open.
No
But
way.
he doesn't see the army.
He's got to
And
be
here come
so
the light cab.
confused.
Oh my god.
Bam. Right there on the gold that's going to wreck Vils, and he's going to drop it. No, just drop the castle. Just go for it. Tower's fine
tower?
too. Tower's
Yeah.
fine too.
You can make like 5 towers back here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. What a sneaky maneuver there. Valis, he's getting so much more damage than we thought. And the monks
Dude.
are just like doing the walk of shame back. Here come the light cab. Maybe they can cut those monks off.
I want to see the Rams come forward now. Like, go after one of those castles with your Rams.
Valis takes
Dang.
out 2 monks with his light cab, and then they die.
What a play.
Tower is cutting off the farming eco. There's no wood eco whatsoever. for
Valis
Yo.
also has scouted where the other golds are on the left. So that's where Yo's going to go. And here come the light
Oh
cav.
my
And surprise, surprise.
God.
This is where the gold villagers are going.
What?
He's still massing Rams too, Dave. But Yo
Okay.
does have a mangonel behind the castles.
We said Valis was lost. Well, now guess who's lost? It's Yo. He's wandering around, wondering what to do. He still doesn't have fletching, so those war wagons can just, as long as the monks aren't there, can just sit under the TC.
Yeah. Wow, this is amazing.
And that monk is, well, it's not getting ranged, even though the arrows are literally going right into its face.
You know, Yo,
Okay.
does he actually have Vils on stone, or is that captured? He does. So, Yo adding the siege behind his double castle here is such an important aspect because
Valis has 6 rams.
yeah, those Rams might not be able to do it though. If he would have brought the Rams in, funnily enough, along the edge of the map, I know it would have taken a lot longer. He could be taking out the TC, but my God.
Mangonel there. Yo did see the flag on the siege workshop earlier. So
Oh
that's
my God,
probably why
he's
he
going
added
in on the other
mangonel.
side, Dave. He's going in on the other side. He's getting
No
more light
way.
cav. He's got another petard. And he also is housed right now, and he's about to lose a castle. So a lot of bad things are about to happen to Valis. He needs to take Yo off of gold to have a
Yo
chance.
can actually see that army coming in. He got town watch, so he
Can't
can
do
see
anything
that.
about it though, can he?
No, and he certainly can't do anything about the towers on the other side. Another ram coming up for Valis. Fatoria for Yo, as he's like, I just need some form of eco whatsoever. This is a messy, messy game.
That's expensive for him too.
And
He
Lightcap
doesn't
do
really
not
have a
get
lot else.
converted.
Yeah, they can loop on back. Yo, we'll try and kill one. The loop on back to the other base. Dave, Valis, as I stated, is still super housed though, and he's stuck in Castle Age. Yo is double castle. Yo is Trebs. But somehow I think Valis still has a slight chance. What Yo won't want to do though is he won't want to address these side bases too much, because if he does that, then he's not actually pushing Valis. So it's a really tough decision for him.
Valis still hasn't come out with those rams. Maybe he's forgotten about them. He's got more rams queued up from the siege workshop for it. He
Both
hasn't made a
sides.
unit in
He's got
eons.
Yeah, he's still housed. Yeah, he's not housed anymore, but he actually has Rams on the left as well.
Oh my god, dude, this is ridiculous.
And the light
We
cav
thought
need
Yo
these
was
monks.
going to be the guy pressuring.
The light cav need to
Oh,
kill these
no.
monks. It's such an expensive loss for Yo.
Oh, he doesn't get the conversions.
No
He doesn't
way.
get anything.
Now the organ guns still can't be stopped, but if there's no monks, you could maybe consider some other units. And now the Rams, Dave. The Rams are here in the middle. Yo did have the mangonel, but he's late
It's
with
just
it.
too much. It's too much. I think it's too much. It's too much.
If one castle
The
goes
villagers
down,
are coming. He might save it.
I don't.
He's gonna save
know.
it. He's gonna save it. He's gonna save it.
Well, pull the other Ram.
He's gonna
Valis.
save it,
Pull the other
Tristan.
Ram. Pull the other Ram. Pull the other Ram.
He's gonna save it.
I don't know.
It's so close.
I don't
It's so
know.
Close. It's so
He's
close.
damaging his
gonna
own
save it.
castle. He will save it. You're right, Dave. He will save it.
Oh my god, bro. But at the back, Valis losing some more. Yo's still holding on.
Look at
Valis
these
has
towers.
4 towers all over the gold. And the castle is saved by one mangonel that Yo made.
And Yo has 0 gold access, but he has Fatorias. Ram
3
the
Fatorias
Fatorias!
coming
Ram the Fatorias! That's what he has to do.
Ramming speed.
Repair. I mean, sadly for this guy, he's just now going to more stone. But man, this is an
Now Yo's turn
amazing
to be
game.
Yo is Omega House now. Valis is at half the population.
This is so messy.
Oh my god.
But I think Yo, even though it's messy, I actually think Yo's in the better position. because he's in Imp. He can make
if
trips.
he keeps his Victorias alive,
Yeah.
If this one goes down, it's a problem. But that is a serial killing mangonel.
Most
It is
important
coming
unit
over.
Yo's had. Yeah.
Yeah, for more ram blood.
Yeah, and so the Victoria will stay up.
Crossbowman upgrade coming in now for Valis at the back.
Yeah, but
It's
organ
just one of those
guns.
games. Like, this is one of those games for Valis where you're so invested in this push, you just start adding everything. You're
Yeah,
not even thinking.
true.
You're just like, I need more units.
And it's the right play, right? Just try what you can. Like ramming down the lumber camp in Yo's base, that's always a great strategy. He really needs to try and get that Treb, because like the organs keep switching sides. So if he can get that Treb, and speaking of, here he comes with the light cap now.
Light Cav are coming in.
I think Yo
He
really
can-
wants a bomber cannon, because he's going to finish chemistry.
Can he get
here
the
in a
Treb?
second.
It's so important if he gets the Treb. Can he get the Treb? Can he get the Treb? Can he get
Oh,
the Treb?
he
Treb
got
goes
it.
down.
Okay. That means his tower stays up for the time being, which is obviously in an important position there. Yo is not pushing with anything. Like, Valis' eco is untouched. Now, it's not the prettiest eco I've ever seen, but it is still better normal economy than Yo. It's just Yo is able to rely on the Fatorias, which bring him resources. But the crossbows are out. This is epic, man. This is
they
epic
already
as
have
Yo
the
makes another
automatic-
Fatoria in the middle of the
They
map.
already have the automatic armor because of Koreans, so they're going to be dangerous.
The
Dude,
safest...
how many actual villagers does you have? 44 right now.
Yeah, not a lot.
He's going to have 4 Fatoria, though.
And he gets a little bit
Oh
of
my
everything. If Valis was imping right now, I'm like, oh my god, he can do it, he can do it. But I think he's still under pressure. He has to do more damage here because 4 Fatorias with 40-some villagers and organ guns and bomber cannons.
Yeah, Yo can
is
just keep
really
producing
tough.
organ guns here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if he has any villagers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much as what army he has right now and the fact that there's nothing out there that can really kill it. But Valis is really giving it his best shot here because he's killing a lot of villagers. And microing with his crossbows to buy time. Is Yo even somehow gets the resources for Arquebus?
Dude, there's a firing line there. What do you mean somehow? He's got them all set up
Yeah, he does.
in the center. Oh my god.
More
What
Rams
a
on the
ridiculous
left.
game.
That Ram's going to go in for a Treb. The villagers aren't happy about that. They helped work for the resources to build that Treb.
Valis
And-
is still killing Vills. Eco
is.
Kitty is 22-0. And there's another Fatoria for Yo. And Yo is just like, screw it. I don't need him. I don't need him.
Honestly, realistically, he needs like 4 bomber cannons and 10 organs. And he's fine. Do you think it would make
More
sense for Yo to
Rams.
re-wall some of these gaps, though? I would say so.
I mean, he's kind of busy.
Yeah, that's true. I guess there's 4 buildings. which
Oh
is
my
really
god, a
smart.
second TC for Valis.
Let's go! We're booming, baby! We're booming! Random Ram just, goes in the castle. Lightcab also looping in for Valis from home. How many
Uh-oh,
production
villagers
buildings
forward
did he
gonna
make?
die.
2 archer ranges on
lot.
both sides, 2 siege
A
workshops. Maybe like 4 in total.
He's getting ballistics finally.
There you go.
Another villager goes down. 25 villagers killed. Here come the light cav. Trying to go after that bombard cannon. Still no fletching from Mr. Yo, so...
Yo can save
Don't-
that. Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Arquebus
yeah.
paying off. Yo repairs it, killed the Vills, will deal with these buildings. And if he deals with these buildings...
There's nothing Valis can do now,
Yeah.
I don't think.
But
What
even
a crazy
though
game.
Even though it looked like for a bit he didn't really know what he wanted to do, when he started, it was awesome. It was so freaking
We had
cool.
ourselves a moment. We had ourselves a moment there when he was sneaking in outside of Yo's line of sight. Like, he did such a good job to hug the wood line
Yeah.
and get back there. And it was like really his only play at that moment. Oh, man. What a crazy game there. Yo, any other Civ but Portuguese probably loses.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because he wouldn't have any eco to fall back on. Also, he probably goes into that knowing that, he plays it this way because he's
Oh,
Portuguese.
yeah, for sure.
But,
yeah.
but still, it definitely was a good fallback for him to be able to make the Fatorias. It's just funny to me how the safest spot for him was right there in the middle of his base. Like, he had to build them there, because if he built them
Yeah.
on the sides or in the back of his base, it was all controlled there for a bit.
Look at the builds, by the way. Look at the uptimes for these guys. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Uptimes. Oh, true. Spot on.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, I mean, it's a Nineville start too, right?
Yeah, I know. But like I've seen feudal age uptime similar or castle age uptime the same, but never both.
Yeah. Also, they're very
crazy.
nice, even rounded numbers. That's good. Yep. Italians versus Bulgarians, game 4. We had an awesome first semifinal earlier today. Small spoilers. Going to talk about it. You can mute the stream. Run to your PC. Go ahead. You can do it. You can mute if you don't want spoilers. First series went to game 7, and Running beat Tato. So we're looking to see who will face up against Running tomorrow in the final here, Dave.
Yeah, and we've got Fortified Clearing. We saw this earlier today as well. I think Tato had Italians on this map, did he not?
He did.
He did. And he was up against Bohemians and ended up winning against the Hinkennets with Condottiero. Italians, obviously a really good option here because of their fast up times and versatile tech tree, I would say. Also have a good monk tech tree, which is always nice when you have 7 relics on the field. Bulgarians, they're just pretty good on most maps, right? Options, Krepos and whatnot. Yo is actually pushing a deer while he's bringing the boar. That was nice.
And weakening with the TC. Well played. Yeah, I mean, we just don't see this frequently. I think Bulgarians are the opposite of most civilizations at a high level these days, where they don't really rely on power spikes too much. Yes, they do have the instant man-at-arms, but that won't be effective here. I think where Bulgarians end up being strong is if it goes very late. They have awesome hussars. Their two-handed swordsmen shred trash.
God.
Their halbs are strong. Honestly, just full trash with this civ, with a mix of swordsman and siege, is really, really tough for.
And
a lot
if
of
you
other
have
sorts
a
of stuff.
map like this where you can get a ton of relics or a ton of golden come in, your siege costs less to upgrade too, right? So it can be really, really strong.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, someone just told me. So I said, just mute if you don't want spoilers. Someone said, hey, if you say that, do you want to tell someone in chat to say to unmute? This poor soul sat there for 2 minutes not wanting spoilers before he said something. Sorry about that. That's chat's fault. Yeah, I do prefer Italians, Dave, especially because the Genoese crossbowmen neutralize so much of what we just talked about. But that is tougher to get to, obviously, because you need a castle, and you need those castles to be massed up.
Yeah.
Is Yo going to go rush here? Oh, Yo's going to go trush here, I think. Maybe even man-at-arm tower. He's going to go forward with 3 villagers.
Interesting. Okay. What's the HP on the walls here? We got... Okay, so it's not the 1800 like it is on some of the other maps.
Yeah.
1080. And, well, it's a little bit more than it used to be, but still doable to get inside.
Yeah, I mean,
Cloud 90 official was the victim of this a couple times.
yeah, it was fun. I feel so I've since tried it myself, and I don't think it should be successful at all anymore. I'm sure Yo is going to show us some cool stuff here, and I actually think he might go for a range too. But the second the wall starts to get attacked, I think what arena players are doing is they just build 2 houses behind it to buy them an extra 2 minutes. And actually, even instances where you can just run up with 4 loomed vills and place a whole nother stone wall, and the whole rush is just denied.
Okay, so tower's on the hill there in front of the gold, so at least he's going to kind of lock that down if he can't get inside.
Yep.
And we see Valis. Well, he has full vision on that. He knows exactly what's happening. No response yet from him. He's chilling. And also, the tower will kind of secure the map as well. So if your opponent's thinking about coming for these relics in the middle, they're gonna have to get rid of this area before they come out for that. So I guess you're buying yourself a little bit of time as Yo as well. It's not just, Valis looking to buy time. It's probably Yo, because he knows he's gonna be later to Castle Age.
I know it probably wouldn't work at this elo for reasons we could maybe discuss, but I feel anywhere but the top couple hundred on a map like this, I think towering into a stone wall across the front would be really freaking strong. Because if your opponent booms, they never take the middle. If your opponent tries to pressure the walls, they can't boom. I don't know. It's just a thought.
And then your opponent gets the 2 relics on the outside for free.
And then
he's ahead by like 15 vills and then goes for a castle on your towers. Right?
Just as a fallback, right? Like you're gonna need to try and pressure in, but if you're not having success, fall back.
If your pressure doesn't work, I can see it for sure.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like the walling strategy might be, I mean, per the Legend of Wall, I feel like the walling strategy might be better on actual arena because you can't actually escape.
Yeah, exactly. Fortified clearing, you can just go to the sides for sure. Well, I mean, he's in here, and
oh, that scout's so annoying. He could run through. He could try it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You could just gate on either side and block those. But he is on the berries. Credit to Valis for getting Loom here and not trying to greed his way to the Castle Age. That would have been ugly for him. And there's a tower going up there for Yo, but that tower's not really going to be able to range anything. So he's still battering away at the walls. He's not close to going up to Castle Age, and Valis will be there far before him.
This definitely affects Valis's build. He has built another mining camp on the outside, which is obviously
Yo's going
smart.
through.
Ooh, but that's bad.
That is not good. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like, he might think that he's denying the gold, but Valis is already on another one.
Yeah, smart move to come out there.
But it was also very attentive from Valis, because I've had that happen before where you don't have the standard number of villagers around your TC, and when you're not paying attention, they sneak by, and then suddenly you're dead.
Very satisfying farms from Valis at the back of his TC, too. He's got that cube. He's got that block going.
Well, he's going to open siege here, Dave. And Yo as 100 food. No farms either. Oh, God. He's just now adding farms.
Color. Yeah. Well.
850 HP on the towers.
This is a vibe right here from Yo.
Yeah, just like running did, and obviously you're going to do that more so in these situations, but love how Valis isn't afraid to use the market a little bit. You want to run forward and disrupt his eco like this? He's got the market as his best friend. Honestly, to solve that.
Don't even know if he needed that Siege Workshop right away, but I guess it's better just to clear it up, if in doubt, and then add a TC somewhere.
Yeah, if a Krepos goes up here later, then you suddenly have some big problems.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Yo, he was in a spot in that Cumin game where I was just not a fan.
Yeah, but he was Cumin booming.
Yeah, true. I'm just trying to find positives. He is relocating quite a few vills from Valis, but he's been cool as a cucumber, as they say. And he's got his wood, food, gold set up, and he's got the siege already on the way. So, as long as he's attentive with the repairs, which will be awkward, he should be able to push these towers down from Yo before Yo hits Castle Age.
Well, Mangan already taking a bunch of damage. It is going to be annoying to have to constantly spend the wood to repair that manganol. The gold is easy to get, but the wood you're going to have to spend on other things like farms. And his farming setup behind this is not very efficient at all.
Yeah,
Yo is going around the left side with a villager now. Is he going to wall him in forward?
Well, he's not, because Valis has the scout there, and Valis...
No, that's the right side. Talking about the left side.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you got to make 2 scouts, Valis.
Yep.
And who knows if that villager will even be spotted. What did we say about?
Oh, I got into the GeForce Experience overlay. I accidentally hit the hotkey for it. Oh man!
I thought you were doing the voices for one of the villagers. I'm kind of disappointed.
No. That was the voice for the GeForce overlay.
The tower goes down. Yo's now at 350 food. By the way, like, these ecos actually really good for Valis. He could also add a second TC. It's not like he is YOLO pushing this back for the rest of his life here. But the villagers on the sides are important for Yo. If he can get walls down.
Stonewall?
Yeah.
Stonewall? Tower?
I think you have to Stonewall, I believe. I'd also love to see like Stonewall into Sneak Army. That'd be really cool.
I mean, there is a scout there from Valis, and it's only a matter of time before he starts using it, right?
Yeah, it's understandable, I guess, that he's not at the moment, but even just a patrol on that side would be smart, just in
Look
case
at
you're
the
not paying
big
attention.
stone wall from Yo, just in case Valis scouts out that way. Big old stone wall. And a big wall. Oh, man, that's... Can Valis see that?
No,
Yeah, he
he's
moved
gonna
it
go
away!
the other way.
No, dude, no!
Well, he might be heading to the left.
Man.
So, actually, he might be going after Yo's scout if he sees Yo's scout moving. Yo still hasn't clicked up to Castle Age. And you might look at this and say 17 minutes, that's not that bad. But they started with 9 vills. So, I don't know like what we could compare this to with a standard start. But this would, I'd say, like, if this is going to be beyond 20 minutes, man, that'd be like a 25 or 26 minute Castle Age in a standard game. But the walls are going up for Yo.
I mean, he's still ahead by 3 vills. Valis really delayed that second TC. I think he could have had that up earlier. And Yo is going to see the TC on the left side. It's only a question of whether Valis sees the walls coming up or sees that outpost. I think he will see that outpost, maybe?
Yeah, he might actually see the outpost and then know to go check that and keep the walls from going down. You've got 0 Vill production for Yo because his TC's idling as he goes up. You'll have 3 TCs producing for Valis.
And if Yo doesn't get that wall fully complete on that side, it's basic. And the villagers stopped working. What? No, dude.
Why? Maybe a
I don't
maybe
know.
a shift click issue?
Ask her. Oh my god, archers are coming in.
Yeah,
for Yo.
also Scout could go down for Valis, which is a big deal for talking walls. It does go down. Where are the archers? Excuse me? Sorry, I missed that.
On the left
Oh,
side.
on the left.
And Valis is going for an outpost there.
Valis can see the Vill, and now Yo is like, no way. But hey, the archers will defend her.
Yeah, archers are there, and he doesn't realize.
That'd be so annoying. Speaking of annoying,
Oh.
Yo has actually taken out one of the mangonels in the middle with his tower, as
Yeah.
his opponent has
He
to
might take out
continually
another
repair.
one. He might take out another one. It's close.
He's almost up, Dave.
And Yo is making a sneak stable in the back of Valis'
that's-
base on the right side. Such a Mr. Yo moment right here.
Yeah,
it's
and
a Mr.
it's-
Yo heritage moment right here.
And it's like, it's also one of those things that you've got to know about, right? If you know who Yo is if you're Valis, and you also understand that you should have a Vill lead and you're pushing back the middle.
Oh god, dude, look at Valis' resources. He spent so much time repairing the mangonels and resources.
Wow. Do you really need 2 to push this back? Now the tower gets more HP because it's Castle Age.
Crazy, bro.
Oh, man, and there's an outpost for Valis because he's paranoid, but he's going to see it too late. Yo can do this, Dave, with this control, and Bulgarian TCs are cheaper on stone, so he's going to drop one of those bad boys, and look at his resources. He could definitely boom with these resources.
Oh boy. Mr. Yo, classic Yo. You know, he delays his Castle Age time for a very, very long time, but Valis is forced to invest. I think Valis should have got that second TC down a little bit sooner. But, I mean...
Well, the
What are you
fact
gonna
that
say,
he
right?
hasn't been able to even consider taking any relics in the middle is horrible. Like, there's
Yeah.
still so much control there for Yo.
And now
he got
there's
the
gonna be
wall.
knights.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
the
he
wall
got
on the
the
left,
wall.
too.
Villager probably not going to survive, but there's a chance she could. There's actually a chance she could survive here.
Yeah, that's true. Or it's like, do you really want to chase the villager if you're Valis here? Probably not.
Yo's probably just tasked her over there. Oh, she's running.
Go, lady, go. Go, lady, go. Yo, research wheelbarrow. Help her out. Go, lady, go. In before a knight comes over. Yep. Here they come the knights. Here come the knights. She's going to be free.
Valis' attack grounding. I'll get you one day.
Man, this is... I actually feel really bad for Valis right now. Because Yo's attack looked so weak earlier, but made it look so easy. And you know Yo's the master of getting value from low numbers of units. So if he's got a couple units in the back of your base, it's not going to be like your average player. How do you
Oh, the knights are going to get through the house. Oh, no. Knights are through the house. Mangonels need to stay inside now.
and the monks
Yo
can't
can
go to the
idle
middle.
this TC, and the monks need to respond to the knights that are over here. Yo will need to run away from that. which he's perfectly content to. He's killing the other TC
Yep.
on the other side. Oh my, this is just classic, Mr. Yo.
Hey.
Absolutely classic, bro.
Also, ooh, did you see that knight like getting caught on the edge of the map? That was funny. To me, it's also, if you lose this game, I feel like at least for the average human, you might lose the series mentally, right? The score's 2-1. You had what could have been a good position, and then Yo's just been running dances all over you.
Valis has 27 on gold. He also has stone. You know what? I think he could go forward with a castle on Yo's base.
Yeah, Yo's got archers, which is the problem. But yeah, I mean, he needs something to change how this game is going, because I think a defensive castle is not a good sign for him.
I think you can defend with the monks and the mangonels, and then you put something aggressive on Yo's base. He sees the archers now, and Yo will have lots of vision on this. But he goes for the castle defensively. Okay.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know what Yo's Ville count looks like.
Yeah.
And Yo's at 62 now, which is obviously still behind, but he's on 4 town centers now. I also love the TC on the right because there's extra stone there. Also love how active Yo has been in the middle. He's going to start snagging relics too, and there's not much that Valis really has to deny that.
No.
Yo could end up with almost every single relic in this game, depending on how this goes.
Valis is going to buy his way up to him.
Okay, so if he gets to Imp, I can't be positive.
No, I think I
can't be positive.
If he gets to Imp, if he wants to kill Yo's home base, he's going to need a castle forward there. He's going to need somewhere to retreat to or somewhere to push from. But Yo's eco is just so insane right now.
Yeah. You just can't...
Considering everything that happened. I mean, Valis still has more vills, but it's so perfectly set up at the back here.
It's going to be so bad economically compared to Yo. You've got 1 TC producing vills.
Yeah.
Versus what would be 4. So it's going to be like 95, 100 vills for Yo versus 81, 82. But I mean, if he can make some Genoese, pull forward with the monks and siege, and then have the next castle be on the front of Yo's base, it's different.
Yeah.
Because then he can be making trebs. So that's paramount here. He needs to ignore the sides for now and defend with siege and monks, like you said. But he needs to get that next castle forward.
And he's sending some villagers out. Well, I thought about it, and now he's sending them the other way. So maybe he's just gonna play a little bit more defensively. No, he's shifting. He's shifting to the stone at the front. And he's sending the monks and the mangonels to defend against the archers.
Okay, so Yo will have light cap production in the middle, but I say production as if that implies multiple. He's gonna have 1. He might lose his monk here. Boom, does lose the monk.
Dead.
But the castle is not coming up anytime soon. This gives Yo time to figure out what he can do in the middle.
Valis will get 2 relics. That's nice. Yo is going to get that one on the left side, which is unfortunate for Valis. And Valis doesn't attack the archers with his mangonel. He pulls it away. Maybe he didn't want to show him the mangonel over there.
Yeah, he probably doesn't realize that Yo has Town Watch. But yeah, those archers aren't the biggest deal at the moment. However, he needs army to protect.
Yeah,
siege here.
Coming.
I mean, he does have Genoese crossbowmen with Bodkin.
That mangonel's dead.
But yeah.
Ballistics is in already, too. Wow. Didn't notice that.
Yo's eco balance isn't really that good at the moment. He doesn't have much gold income. And while I do think if it gets into a trash war, it can be really strong for the Bulgarians, that's not what this game's going to be about when the Italians have Genoese crossbowmen. And if you go skirmishers,
on the way to...
it could be a problem.
Interesting. Valis has actually recovered quite nicely here. I thought Yo would have put down more pressure or maybe gone like more knights.
Yeah, I thought he'd have army in the middle, Dave, but he didn't have it. And now Yo is going to be up against a castle, which might need to be moved back a little bit. Let's see. Please don't tell me Valis loses this castle.
No, he should hit with more than 1 villager.
Okay, he actually didn't see. Yeah. Now he sees. Here come the knights. Let's see how the knights hold up against the Genoese. They've got just armor, just a few lage armor, and they take out the siege. There's the castle now for Valis. But he's got a treb on the way, Dave. So, yeah, he could really do something here.
Is Yo going to go Onager here? It's cheaper with Bulgarians. He's got those 2 mangonels heading back from his forward pressure. And I don't know why you would send those back instead of keeping them there. Unless you were thinking about like a mass of something. And he's got a siege workshop coming up too.
I mean,
it's
you
already
do
gone
get bomber cannon with Bulgarians. I'm pretty certain. So yeah, university in the back. He's thinking about that. But skirm bombard cannon only works if your opponent hasn't already added their own bomber cannons. Trying to see if chemistry's in. Chemistry is in for Valis, and he has a bomber cannon on the way. Yeah, Valis is really looking better now.
Yo is getting so many techs right now, though. He's gone for another siege workshop on the left side.
I think it's the right side that's the key for Yo.
He still has Valis walled in. Like, that's a key element here.
Like, the left and the right side, if he can raid, it could be awesome. But then again, there's still so much gold for Valis in the middle. And gold
there's
has
no
been...
bomber cannon for Bulgarians, by the way.
There isn't.
No, so it's got to be Onager here. Or Ram. It's probably Onager.
Yeah, maybe Siege Ram, too, because it's all really cheap.
Yeah. It's cheap on the food, anyway.
Yeah. Well, no bomber cannon definitely makes me think Onager if that Siege Workshop's up. But it's also maybe a chance that Yo, in the moment, thought, I get bomber cannon, and then realized he didn't.
Prepos forces out a castle from Valis on the left side.
A good castle. It locks it down. You don't want to have to worry about that. The castle should deal with all that, any threat you have.
Great recovery from Valis. And I think Yo took his foot off the gas there.
Well,
It
normally...
seemed like a position that he was going to be pretty comfortable in, but...
Yeah, I mean, no, what I was expecting was 2 stables at his base, and then flooding the map with, like, a little bit of siege and knights to not give Valis this forward potential. But Valis did have Genoese crossbowmen, and they performed really well so far. Yo will also lose the relics in that monastery, so Valis could end up getting those 2. Oh, never mind. Yo's like, I'm out of here. He's going to take it to the back of his base.
Nice.
The faster blacksmith upgrades is actually really clutch here.
Oh, it's sick. Like, when you're defending, it's so useful. And tech switching, really, really nice.
All that said, though, only getting some of the upgrades we're seeing now is a little off when you would want to research them anyways. But I guess he's not relying on Cav for the main fight. He's going to rely on skirms there.
He's got Siege Ram coming in, too. So he's going to push from the sides on Valis' base. And Valis has this big army in the middle. Doesn't have that much on the side. So Siege Rams might be an issue.
Yeah, Siege Rams would be a massive issue.
And the Captor Ram are coming in for that castle. Stable coming up on the right side. That's 2 stables and an archer range over there now with the skirmishers attacking the wood choppers. And the Rams are working away on the castles. And now there's Siege Ram. And,
Siege Ram's
well,
so
with
huge.
the Crepos still there, it's not like you can ungarrison the villagers to hit those down. He's going to have to repair.
Yeah, and then you have to focus on that, Dave. And now the skirmishers have been able to pick off some of the Genoese. And, you know, this is more along the lines of what we expected Yo would be able to do with the position he earned himself earlier. And suddenly that what was going to be a death ball for Valis has been forced all the way back. Yo's got to be careful here, though. Is he really going to... Oh, my God. That's a risky play against 2 bomber cannons. But look at him go. Look at both the bomber
Valis
cannons.
Is distracted. Bomber cannons die, dude, to skirms.
Wow.
And now he kills the monk. He's like, yeah, that monk too. And then he leaves.
Wow, that was epic. Now, Bulgarians lack the final armor for their skirms, so they're not the best against archers. But still really good. And, oh, Valis is distracted again. Yo! He actually did get the shot off in time and doesn't have Onager yet, but it's 170 pop for him, Dave. And it's 140 population for Valis, who's super constricted.
Yep. Man, we've seen Bulgarians really show off their strengths here, I think. Especially with the tech switches, like getting the researches so fast from the blacksmith is invaluable in a situation like this, where you constantly need to switch up your defense. Also, having Siege Ram and Onager in at the same time, you're getting like Hussar, Thumb Ring, Conscription, Crop Rotation, everything. It's just so affordable.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think also at the same time, Yo has used the sides perfectly. And so he's used the left side as a proper distraction. And that's a legitimate threat to end the game, too. So Valis has to deal with it. But also the right side's about to come into play. As he's got Siege Rams over there. He's got some light cav spam going there, too.
Just classic Yo, man. Like 2 different bases, pushing him from both sides, defending somehow at home. You can't keep your eye in one spot against this guy.
The interesting thing, though, He doesn't have a castle. Oh, no, he just completed conscription. I lied. Where's that castle? Oh, it's on the left. Okay.
Yep.
So he has conscription now, and then he could get, hold on.
You could also just cut through the wood line into the middle here.
Yeah. It's not Bagains. It's not Bagains. It's not Bagains. That's the infantry one. Come on. It's one of my favorite. Stirrups, thank you. Yeah.
Just think maple stirrup.
I was literally going to say if the Canadians had a unique tech, it'd be syrups.
Yeah, because the tech is so sweet.
Oh, God. I
Just
cringed,
like
but
me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
4 relics now for Yo. I don't know, man. You've been
Siege Onager.
You've been saying classic Yo a lot, and like we've seen it so many times, we just have no doubt.
You mean
that
like
he's
the
gonna be able to
crepos
control
in
it.
the middle of the map that he's making?
Yeah.
Somehow?
Classic Yo.
Classic, yo.
Classic.
Vintage.
Seadram and Treb
got
on the left.
Those absolutely dangerous Bulgarian archers right there, fully upgraded.
Those things have 22 kills.
Dude, they slay. Oh my god, they do! 23!
Yeah.
Oh my
It's all economy too. It's all eco. Maybe we missed a big raid.
Oh my god, bro.
It's possible we missed a big raid from those things,
Big
and that's
raid
why
with 3 archers, yeah, huge.
that's why the Vil count changed so much. Onager's also sniping the Trebs from Valis. Poor Valis. He has the score lead, but he just can't
Alice
move
is
out.
like, what does one do?
Oh, this is gonna lose his Trebs.
And the
there.
Treb dies, even though he packed it up. And it dies before the Bomber Cannon can even get the shot off. And there's another Krepos in the middle there. Oh my god.
Yo is just so.
Bro.
He loves to just toss away castles and Krepos for position, so he is the time.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Because I think with any other player, we'd be looking at that. All right, he just finds the positions where it's not a waste, but in most cases, it's a waste. Kind of like the Trebs on the left side. He's got to lock that down.
Little bit, but at the same time, like, Valis is distracted, so Yo casually pushes in on the right side.
Yeah, exactly.
And you look at his resources, and my man has more than enough to keep this going.
Yeah, and there's no way to stop Seadram easily there. Army's just swinging back and forth. The army that was supposed to be pushing Yo has to come back for the Krepos, and now the Seadrams are going on the forward castle. It's perfect.
Yep.
Amazing play from Yo.
And the siege rams are going from the left again.
Yeah, this is sick. This guy's spamming
That's-
siege rams like other players
And the
spam
castle in the
hussars.
back of the base goes down. Maybe? Yes. It does. Oh my god.
So cool. Also,
And
the
Yo has
beauty,
enough stone for more Krepos as soon as Valis takes his eye off this too.
the cool thing about this is he hasn't really had a normal gold unit.
No.
Right? He hasn't been using a unique unit. He hasn't been going archers. He hasn't been going cavalier. He's been going units that cost food and wood and siege. And he's been able to get
don't
full
tell me
upgrades
that
on them.
castle. Don't tell me that castle goes down. Valis should save the one on the left, right?
I was going to say which one because there's multiple. But no, the one on the left will go down to the trip. And the one on the front was saved. But he's out of stone in both areas.
Oh!
Actually.
It's saved.
Yeah, actually. Should be okay.
Nice. Good job from Valis. Great job from Valis. Good job to keep pushing as well in the center and keep that castle up. He goes for another TC there. There's stirrups right there.
Such a fun late game civ.
Yep.
So these attack, I forget if it's 20 or 25% faster.
33, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, actually, I think you're right on that. I think it might be 33. Obviously, your opponent doesn't even have Hussar in at the moment, but attacking faster doesn't help you. Oh my god, Dave. Valis could win this game. Look at how many bomber cannons he has.
I know,
And the
bro.
Genoese crossbowmen will still melt the Hussars. But
his whole base is dying.
I know.
That's the problem.
And he can't, like anytime he wants to go push, he starts to get
Oh, man.
destroyed at home, and he has to deal with that.
See, Jonager goes down, though. And Yo is building up. Well, he's got 2 SO there. He could cut through to the middle. Honestly.
I think he's probably feeling confidence that he can push the
That's
mid.
so many bomber cannons. And credit to Valis for keeping this death ball alive.
Yeah.
But now he's throwing it into the castle.
Oh, Dave, what have you done? Why do you say things? No. Oh, geez, 3 of them go down. He will take some trebs though, so that's nice at least. But I mean, we know what he was
Like
doing.
the-
We know he had to react elsewhere. So
Oh, and he loses one to the Treb that was dead. I'd like to formally apologize to the nation of Finland and all friends of the nation of Finland. I apologize for saying that he's done an excellent job keeping those alive as he loses the rest of them to the Siege Onager coming forward, right?
No.
Oh, no! Where's that monk coming from? What?
Yeah, he's just grabbing a relic, man. He's just... Oh, he died. Dave, this composition, this snowball, is the ticket for Valis. I say that as if, you know, you don't know that. I'm sure you know that, and everyone else knows that.
Ticket to what?
The ticket to victory.
Okay.
You don't. Canada doesn't have a lot of victories, so you guys don't know about the tickets.
I sense a curling reference coming. We literally beat you hundreds of times. You beat us once.
It's only that one time that matters because that was the only time I watched. So, oh, big SO shot on the Genoese. And now he doesn't have that death ball anymore.
It's a dead ball now.
And the castle. I mean, how much stone has this guy sunk into repairs in his castles? The answer is too much. But castles on both sides have gone down. You've got the front, you've got the back, and the GG is called. What a game.
What a game. What a game. Amazing hold from Valis early. I mean, like, Yo couldn't really do anything with that early tower rush. And then Yo locking down the sides, pressuring in Castle Age. Valis getting up to Imp. Really dangerous with the Bombard Cannon mass, but Yo just made it messy as he always does, pressuring on 4 different sides, basically. And every single time Valis tried to alleviate the pressure somewhere, Yo would push somewhere else.
Yep, it was insane.
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I think initially we kind of already discussed how we were a little disappointed that Valis didn't scout the sides. I think that if the side distractions weren't there, if both sides weren't distractions, if even just one of the corners was a distraction, Valis could have maybe actually pushed Yo and won this game still. That, for me, is what this comes back to. It was the perfect mix of strategy for Yo, distract in the middle and then focus on in the corners, and it also felt very strong with this civilization too. I love that.
Those 3 archers, though, like,
oh yeah, are they
30 villager
now,
kills
right?
on they died, but not before they got like 30 vill kills.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane, man.
His multitasking is insane. Like, it's one thing to be fast, but to pan all over the map and weigh out where you want to produce and when is so difficult. Because normally players are going to have like control groups on where to produce from where, and so as they're fighting, they're creating more army. But no, you've got to, like, I don't think you can have 4 different control groups for 4 different groups of stables. So he's like panning over there and producing the perfect amount every single time. And that was with the Rams as well. God, that was insane. And Valis is having such a great series, but unfortunately, Yo is just, he's Yo.
Is that 3-1 for Yo now?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Vintage Arena, now, someone asked me the difference between this and regular Arena, and I believe, as I'm about to look at it,
there's no space, bro.
Yeah,
there's
it's like really close, right?
Yeah. What does this look like?
I'm going to say polar bear. I haven't seen it yet. That's a weird polar bear.
Yeah, I don't feel like it looks like it's like a seahorse kind of.
Actually, it is a seahorse if you turn your head to the left.
Yeah, or you just turn the map. You don't have to like manually turn.
How do you turning the map?
Well, in my mind, I'm rotating it.
Well,
I don't need to turn my head to rotate it.
I have owl capabilities. All right.
You're like my dad when he used to play PS2 with me. He would shift his whole body with the controller when he was like, you know.
No, I
like
mean,
you'd
that
be
was
playing a racing game and the couch would be moving because dad is leaning over.
I can't relate to that, actually. I don't even think I saw my dad pick up a controller in his entire life. I did. My mom did play Duck Hunt once on like the Super Nintendo. One time. Did you ever hear that game?
Oh, dude, I used to play Duck Hunt all the time. I was a god at it. They still tell stories about me in Duck Hunt.
I'm pretty sure it was like one of the only games available back then. There was like 3 or 4 games, and Duck Hunt was one of them.
Did you have the special extension thing, the guns?
Oh
that you attached to it?
Oh yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
That was great memories. Anyway, so it's a seahorse map, and we were just talking about what is the difference between this and regular arena. You know, the clowns are constantly talking about the way things used to be. We used to be able to make 30, 40 monks. We used to do this and that. And so they customized the map a bit. And basically, there's less space in the middle, which you and I, one of the first tournaments we dedicated our, I guess, like, couple weeks to, or our summer to, was Masters of Arena 3 back in 2015. And I think they're correct on what they've done here, because there were some wacky map gens back then. The only thing that's different now is the relics are way more fair than we would see back in the day.
Still one of the greatest quotes of all time I've ever seen. When MBL leveled 40 of Viper's elite longbows with a siege onagers.
Oh yeah.
And I saw someone saying Viper was pop capped. He meant to lose those because he was switching into.
Yeah,
he was switching into Cavalier anyway.
Yeah.
Something else.
That was like,
that is the biggest huff of copium I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's
the fanboy. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got to go back to that video, find that comment, and see, because YouTube will let you know if people comment.
I don't think it was on there. I think it might have been on AoE Zone or something. Oh
man, I don't know if I want to dig back to old AoE Zone, but yeah, that was a great event, man, and it was a good time. So Aztecs Malay, back then Aztecs were top tier. Malay didn't exist. Malay do advance much faster to the next stage. Yeah. And it is a matchup we've seen before, but like so many of the matchups with Malay, I don't think their units are necessarily the key. I think it's the timing and what they get to.
I like Malay here over Aztecs, I think. Aztecs are dangerous if you get all the relics, but I think Malay have the tools to deal with that. And I like the scouts a little bit more than the Eagles if you're contesting relics.
Also, there's a lot more gold inside your walls compared to standard arena, and the stones too. So you've got both your stones. And then you have, it looks like they switched it up a little. You have 7, 4, and then 3 tiles. Trying to do the math. That's 14 tiles? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I don't mind Malay. I also don't know how Malay build orders look on a 9 villager start. Like, I feel like you can figure it out a lot easier with other civilizations with the 9 villager start. But Malay, because those builds are so specialized to begin with, that might feel a bit more awkward for these guys.
And Yo's gonna go Market Blacksmith into Monks. We got Valis going up here, and Valis is still gonna beat Yo to the next stage, I believe.
Yeah,
to Castle,
most likely.
not to Feudal, but
yeah. Most likely, with the way this is building up. Valis is also going to go for what's generally a little bit slower but more effective approach for middle control, and he's gonna add a stable.
Yep.
That was smart from Yo. Yo sensed his opponent was going to be up. He was outside the walls, and he just ran right inside. Right at the perfect time.
Like I said, I do like the light cav better than the Eagles approach, but at least with the Eagles, I mean, if you're going to make more of those, you don't have to add a second production building. You can just go with the barracks. So I guess it's saving you some wood.
Yeah.
You're going to have to spend it on gold later, though. Which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, back then, people would just go 2 monasteries, 2 barracks, and a siege workshop in the middle. So I think, like, Yo didn't play near as much arena back then. In fact, I don't even think he played Masters of Arena. I don't really remember at this point.
Yo hates arena, dude.
Yeah, so I don't know if Yo is going to really do that. I think he's probably going to just add a couple
Piggy's
Eagles.
Outside. Valis found those, and he didn't take them.
Piggy's outside?
Pigs. Yeah, pigs.
Where?
Found 2 pigs from Yo. He didn't take them. So this is more than... just like the general base layout. I guess we're having pigs and deer and whatnot outside, just like the old arena.
Yeah, okay. I didn't spot that. It must have been along the wall or something.
Yeah, it was along the wall. Yeah.
Someone was thinking of old memories and brought up when I wore a suit for Noobs of AOC.
Yep, I remember that.
A suit with
I do remember that.
Like a lime green shirt.
He was really nervous, guys. It was on Voobly Official back in the day. And, oh, man.
That was like my debut. I remember back then there was like the channel and you had to be special.
Yep. And you get your Voobly Official invite and you're like, oh, man, I'm going to take off now.
It was meant to be clear. I didn't wear a suit because it was like first day on the job. I wanted to be important. It was meant to be a joke.
He wanted to show everyone that he took it extremely seriously.
No. It was meant. This is Smarthy's idea. Okay, it was meant to be a joke. like, haha, it's noobs, and this guy's wearing a suit. So he's like, he's acting like it's really important when it's not. That was the joke. I think, anyways. And knowing me, maybe I did it legitimately. But we've got a boom going. Valis also built his monastery in a great spot for a farm, which is a bit weird. But maybe he's expecting a push, so he doesn't want his monastery on the front of his base. We're just going to be fighting for relics.
Well. Sure, his eagles are a little bit quicker.
Nice. No one believes me. Perfect.
Yeah, no one's ever going to believe that, though.
That's fine.
You just got to own it, dude. You just got to say, like, I was just trying to be really cool.
I've tried to be really cool many times in my life. Doesn't always work out, so.
Wait, always? Has it ever?
A few times, but I just, I just never really went back to check.
Yeah.
You don't want to ask, because if you ask, did I look cool?
Then it's definitely not cool. Then it's definitely not cool. No.
It's
the best way to be cool, I think, is to tell people that you're being cool. And you just say it often enough until they start repeating it too. Works for everyone else.
Is that basically what we do? Is that what we do? I think we've...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's us.
Why would anyone else watch us?
Like Cav? Bonk.
That's a dead monk. But he retasked it and he saves the monk. Yo cuts his losses. Doesn't try and commit for that.
Malay have notoriously weak Cav, but Light Cav's still awesome against monks and trades pretty good against Eagle Scouts as well. So 2-0 KD right now for Valis, who also has the Vil lead because of advancing faster to the next stage.
Yeah.
Also dropping
and I
his
think
town
Valis
centers.
should keep making Light Cav here because I think you want middle map control. It's not just for the relics. It's not just for killing these eagles.
Yep.
I am very nervous with Malay to give up middle map control to Aztecs because every second you lose fighting back their garbage and Castle Age while you're an imp faster than them is giving them time to boom up behind and get into their options, right? So,
but like using that logic, and I 100% agree, shouldn't the Aztec player never just sit back? Shouldn't it be high production of eagles and monks? I
which is why you want to make more light caps to take map control.
Yeah. I guess I'm just alluding to the fact I'm a little surprised Yo hasn't committed like some players might to a second barracks.
Committed. I mean, he did get squires and he is producing a lot of eagles here, but yeah, now he's getting ripped apart in these engagements and he loses in a lot of monks. Yeah, and there's the third TC right there. I mean, Aztecs do have at lateral skirm that should be pretty good against Malay, right?
Yep.
Like at lateral skirm, what is the composition you go for Aztecs? Lateral skirm eagle?
Lateral skirm eagle, yeah, I think that makes sense. And then if you need to mix in some jags, you can. Need to mix in some monks, you can.
Yeah, if the Malay person goes elephants, you're just laughing in their face.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, this is... we're thinking about map control, and I think we're correct on it, but that's also less of a factor on this map because there's so much gold and stone in each player's base.
But the map is so small, dude. Like map control is so important because there's nowhere to really like. I guess you have a lot of area at the back to expand, but you can't. If someone takes over the front part of your base, you don't really have another side to exit from, right? It's very choke pointy here in the middle.
I really like the thought with all the resin here to see a 4th TC for Valis. That's awesome. And sure, that could delay your imp time, but you're probably going to still have an even imp time with your opponent if they go 3 TC because of how fast you go. And nice work with the light cav. However, there's 2 relics for Yo, which is obviously better than 2 relics for Valis. And there's gold bonus.
Dude, another monk dead from Yo. Oh my god. It's like number 5.
And the other one's going to be tougher for him to get as well. So if Malay player can get 3 relics versus the Aztecs 2, I think that's a dream for you.
Ramiko's starting to look quite good for Valis here. Yo is getting that second farm upgrade, though. Valis does not have that yet. And Wheelbarrow coming in for Valis. Yo does not have that yet. But he is Aztecs, so they're carrying more anyway.
I try not to express these thoughts because of all the memes, but I'm honestly so jealous of all these farms. And it's
Dude, his farms are beautiful.
Both of them, though. Like, look at Yo's farms.
Yeah.
All their farms are incredible right now. Another monk goes down.
God. At what point, yo, do you just like either get Sanctity, which I don't think he has already, or just box formation your eagles around the monk and slowly make your way out there?
Squires hasn't helped too much, has it?
No, it has not.
Valis
Look
has
at
done a
this, and
perfect
Valis
job.
just like, yeah. He's like baiting them, bro.
That relic might be there for a while. We'll
It
see.
probably will be. Oh, don't go out for this.
Nope. Here
Thank
comes
you.
the next monk. This is around the time Valis should be checking the gate. Yup. Here he goes. There's the monk. Oh, come on, yo.
Come on! Stop!
He's making another one. He's one more on the way. He actually has the perfect amount of gold to go up to the Imperial Age, so that's a positive, I guess.
These Lycav have 6 kills, and I'm pretty sure they're all monks. Here comes the monk, 30 HP once again.
I like how it's like a drive-by,
stopping by for a
heal
little
up,
heal.
and then turn around. It's like a pit stop, man. All right, and here comes the next monk. Come on, yo. Be creative, man.
Yeah, juice me up. Juice me up with some healing. He's going back for more healing.
Oh, I think it's because he has a conversion loaded now. I don't even care about the rest of the game. I really just want to see how long it takes for Yo to get this relic.
Yo's on the move. Yo's on the move. He's tracking them.
The thing is, even if he picks it up, he still has to get it back home. Okay, so
He can't see them anymore.
he can't see the light cav. Yo can't, and the light cav can't see the monk. But it should be pretty easy for Valis to realize that the relic's gone. I'll give him like 5 seconds before he doubles back.
Okay, the Eagles need to form up here. Box formation? Nope. Staggered?
Well,
Okay.
I actually think that the monk will be fine if and the monk upgrades in because now he gets extra HP. Go!
Oh!
He's got 1 HP.
He's coming back.
Get it.
Huh! Monk!
There's no way.
Let's try spinning. That's a good trick.
There's no way. 1 HP versus 1 HP. There's no way. Come on.
Come on.
He's being so patient.
Supplies coming in, by the way, for Valis, but
I guess they do
don't
have to
care
think
about
about
that.
other stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Congratulations, Yo. Well played.
Yep. You got it in. And Yo is going into archer ranges here. Supplies is coming in for Valis. So Valis is going to go... Like, he's going to go food, 2-handed swordsman here? Like, what?
But like, it's weird to do that because you need the castle first to get the unique tech. And
he
I
goes
think
to the
he's...
castle back because he has no map control.
Yeah, and that's smart.
Yeah.
But opening Force Levy is like... It's like starting your day with like a really greasy cheeseburger at 7 a.m. Like, might sound great, but like 3 hours later, you're going to hate your life. Is that a good comparison? What do you think?
Sure.
Sure?
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm not speaking from experience, by the way. I don't wake up at 7 a.m. 10 a.m., 9 a.m., maybe.
Yep.
Monk Skirm is what Yo's going for so far? I guess Force Levy is going to be the first thing we see out of this castle from Valis?
Trebuchet.
Okay. Well, that's also a good idea, but he's no military right now because he's waiting for the Force Levy. There's a castle from Yo. I honestly, what I do like about Valis is at least he's like spamming a lot of upgrades here. He's getting 2-handed swordsman a while. But
No,
Yo,
he queued it up before Force Levy. He queued up the
units, yeah. I mean, you do have gold. Like, you need military, right? So, like, you're going to have the savings later, potentially.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess you have supplies, right?
I mean, to be fair to him, if he opens Arb, which is, like, his other option, his opponent's going into skirms already. So,
Yeah.
it is
and
really
battle
awkward.
skirms are really tough, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yo still has no idea what Valis is going into here.
well, he actually should, because he sees the castle doesn't have fletching, and he checked that. But he saw the castle, and he clicked it when he was in there, I'm sure. So he should now assume, and maybe I'm wrong, because he's still making skirms.
But like, would you think Force Levy? You might think like
No.
elephants or something.
Yeah, true.
you know, you wouldn't initially think, oh, he's going two-handed swordsman against me, an Aztec player.
He's waiting for bombard cannons too, because he's getting redemption. So I think Yo is confused.
Yeah, if Valis wants to make this work, he's gonna have to get a giant army and finish this in one wave, or at least take a great map position with one wave. So building up the trebs behind is great. Bombard cannons is great. Big old army of two-handed swordsmen is great, and getting all the upgrades, but you can't take this fight too early. That is the death sentence.
What a horrible castle position for Yo. He can't hit
awful.
the trebs.
Yeah.
I understand he wanted to protect the gold, but like it's just an invitation to lose a castle, basically.
Oh, and Valis has to be careful. Okay, he's going. He's just moving here. Because Yo can see that now with his trebuchet line of sight. Yo's going to be like, what the hell am I watching?
Force Levy still isn't in, by the way, right? So he's spending full price for two-handed swordsman. You do not get champion, which is the weird thing about this. And Yo is going to make Arbalest, obviously. Arbalest will do a better job at dealing with this, but Yo's losing everything here. He'll lose the monks, he'll lose the trebs, he'll lose the Arbalest as well.
Yep. And this is the key. You just had to wait till you had enough, right? And the key to this, I think the key to this strategy over anything else is that Yo had no idea it was coming.
But
he was very confused.
What I don't like is how just there he didn't research Force Levy. You clear it up, and I think you research Force Levy. That way you're able to save a lot of gold for other things.
Yep. And you can put the gold into like bombard cannons or something like that.
The only thing that's unique about two-handed swordsman from Malay is that you don't have to spend gold on it after that upgrade. So he's like still queuing them, which does give Yo an opportunity. But man, I mean, Yo is super far behind right now. So.
Yep. I mean, great push from Valis.
Yeah.
Credit where it's due, right? He confused his opponent.
Confused us a little bit as well. And I think sometimes you just kind of stuck with what people typically do, and Yo was expecting something else. Now, the bombard cannon got converted, but that's since gone down. And the trebs are going to take out the monasteries and the archer ranges, which Yo very much needs.
46 two-handed swordsmen, fully upgraded.
Bro, get Force Levy. Stop spending gold on these things. He's probably like, I have the gold, and I need the numbers more than anything right now, and I get that.
Yeah, but he's getting crop rotation and he's not getting Force Levy. Like, you really think this game is going to last that long, that you're going to need crop rotation, but you don't need the thing that saves you? Oh, my God.
It's not going to last long if he doesn't get Force Levy. I mean, Yo's army count is abysmal. He's building a castle behind his starting TC. Yo only has 7 arbs, or 9 arbs, excuse me. So it might be over, actually. With no Force Levy. New meta.
There is a lot of space back here for Yo. Like you said earlier, in this map, he's still got the gold back there, still has the stone, still has places to run to. That castle, though, is going to be so dangerous from Valis, and I think Valis has done enough here, and Yo calls the GG. Non-Force Levy, two-handed swordsman. This is just a YouTube thumbnail that Tristan has been asking for. And Valis gifted it to him on a plate.
It's just, I feel like it's just going to make people feel pain they don't deserve to feel. I mean, it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. You got to question, Yo, after resigning, 7,000 resources in the bank, 6,000 resources in the bank, something like that. Like, clearly built up in the worst possible area for him, and then just got debated. He had no clue what he was supposed to go for. But
absolutely no clue there. If he you could see he was kind of suspicious. He teched into the arbs afterwards.
Yeah.
But it wasn't in time. If he had just gone arbs right from the get-go, there's no way that works.
The thing is,
but he didn't have enough.
Teching into lateral skirms is never a bad thing because you have all the ranged upgrades, and they also do a little bit of extra damage against something like swordsman anyways. The problem was his castle spot was horrible, and he had all of his ranges there too. Like, that castle was just a, hey, come and tread me castle, and that was the snowball that Valis needed. But yeah, I mean, you know, for all the work that Yo did to get the 3rd relic, he obviously was going to lose all that there, and credit to Valis for responding in the series. He had 5,000 more resources collected that game, and maybe he thought he clicked the tech, Dave. Given the benefit of the doubt, maybe he thought he clicked the tech, but he didn't need it.
He might have.
These guys are a bit closer together. Now, there's no crucial resources too close by. I guess Yo's gold is actually a nightmare, but still is a tower there. But yeah, compared to the other semifinal, these guys are more so on one spot of the screen. The left side won't be as important.
I did see that Yo versus Slam set as well. Yo played humans against Malay, I think, but one of his strategies was once he had the 3
What's up,
TC boom
Farland?
set up, he saw Slam had like a gold off to the side and went with one villager and set up a siege workshop. And it seemed like the most random push ever, but it was a Yo push where he has a decent eco behind and he makes things really annoying for his opponent with one mangonel. And it keeps that position there with extra production buildings and whatever. And the attention from Slam was divided all game on that. So
Yeah, I mean,
he might do something similar here.
I could see it. Yeah, with like, I mean, that's a great thing that Yo is capable of in almost every single setting. I think the key for me right now is will Yo scout the golds, because you've got the extra golds on the front. And so that just screams forward castle eventually, or just heavy focus on that area with some army raiding later on. But, you know, Yo's got a forward gold as well. His main gold's also exposed, right? But we're thinking long-term after the town centers are up, and most likely both players will try and secure those areas in the front of their base.
Ballas is up a villager earlier than Yo, and his resources looking good.
Yeah, not bad. There's also some hills between the players, which could be important for Treb Wars later. But there's no like resources underneath them, so it's...
Or donjon stacks.
Yeah. Well, the game that really changed my mind on donjons was the game in Titans League between ACCM and
Dry
Tato.
houseboat? Yep.
It was, dry houseboat. Because it looked really bad, unit-wise, for the Sicilian player, but the donjons were so good at holding map control.
Yeah.
I think
just
it was
remember,
just light calf spam, too.
I remember a Fortress game I watched. It was Doubt against Maudry, I believe, and I watched it from Doubt's point of view. And he went Sergeants against...
Burmese.
Burmese champions. Did you see that one as well?
I did. Yep, I did see that.
Yeah. And he had the donjon. I'm surprised you saw that because we weren't talking about that game or anything. So you must have been watching at the same time I was. And he just had them stacked there and they were just shredding all the units and he would heal his sergeants inside and then pop them out again.
Yeah, it was like the sergeants themselves were definitely losing the fight to the champions, but the donjons were a helpful addition there, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Doubt also had like 5 relics too, but still, I mean, it is a unit that I've been a little vocal complaining about. My main issue is like, I feel like early game, like you don't get access to a tower, you get access to a donjon. But it's like, it doesn't make a difference until later. But that's a tricky balance, because if you buff that thing, or like it's suddenly a lot easier to go like man-at-arm donjon, they are stronger than towers, and they can create military. So it's not, it wouldn't be the best life for people up against Sicilians.
One thing that must be said, north of Vallis's base, like he's got a wood line there, but then the rest of that side of the map is so empty, bro. There's nothing over there, and we look at the back of Yo's base, and there's lots of wood available. So if this goes long, maybe Vallis will be running into some resource issues.
Yeah, just having the extra stone and gold in the back as well for Yo is always very nice.
Yeah.
I think this is more of a question of what will Sicilians do instead of what will Bengalis do. We know that Bengalis get the +2 vills when they arrive to each age. Or it's, I guess to be more specific, they get +2 out of each TC they have.
Yo did add this stable in the scout, so he's got really good scouting here. And he's going to be able to control the relic situation, I think.
Score's 3-2, right?
Yes. 3-2 in favor of Yo. Vallis will TC the stone, and I think he's interested in another TC. And he's going to get 3 TCs up before Yo even has his second one and start producing. So looking pretty good for the Sicilian boom here. Yo is still ahead in villagers because he got 4 extra on the way up to Castle Age. Or once he got to Castle Age, I guess 3rd and 4th came along. But he's going to go grab the relics now.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, I keep thinking back to when we saw running play with the Bengalis, and he boomed it out. He had the relics. There he didn't invest as much as Yo is doing, so this does delay Yo's town centers. But I think if Yo gets that 3rd town center up soon, the vill count should end up being rather even. But as I say that, actually, it's 29-29 already. And Yo just completed
really
his
like
second
this
TC.
from Vallis. He's got the 5 on gold, and he's using those because he didn't have the wood to put into farms.
Yeah, so
he's using those to buy food. to keep his TCs running.
Yeah, the only
Really,
thing
really nice.
about rushing the third TC, and it's funny you mentioned Doubt, because like Doubt really toys around with builds in the market and whatnot.
Yeah.
The only thing is if you build the TCs right away, is you can't get this Castle Age farm upgrade, which feels a little worse with Sicilians because you get double. I think it's double the food.
Or you can look at it like it's fine not getting it because you're trying to squeeze that last inch of value from it with Sicilians, but you can think of it like I only need horse color.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Heavy plow.
Yeah,
I'm getting
that's
so
a good
much
point.
food off these farms, right?
Yeah, whereas Yo had to research heavy plow, and his farms basically have as much food as Valis's does without it. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think you can delay it longer with Sicilians.
I'll be curious on his stone count, because he's got 50 on stone. And he might set... Okay, literally, as I say that, 2 villagers to stone. I think that tells me he wants a third TC.
Yeah.
Sorry, fourth TC. Yeah.
And Yo's just now going for his. So Valis is ahead. Sicilian's one of the best booming civs in the game, in my opinion.
Look at these 2 vills from Yo.
Showing it right now.
He's trying to
Where?
build the TC.
Oh, yeah.
They stood there for 10 seconds first, and now she's just stuck. I really don't like being up against the Sicilians with a better boom and Sicilians building castles so fast. Those TC spots for Yo are going to be vulnerable if there's a push.
Yeah.
That could be really awkward.
Okay, Valis getting his farm set up. He almost has enough stone for another TC, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one on that golden stone. Outside even. Look at Yo just guarding his monk with the scout.
Nice. Yeah, we should mention that even though Yo's behind in vills, he's going to get most of the relics. He's on 2, and Valis hasn't even gone for a monastery. And there's that TC.
He's too busy buying food. Can't spend gold on that. He's booming.
It's an approach, right?
I like it.
We talked about that a lot on Arena recently. Just skip the relics, and then you're on a bit of a clock, and it's try and kill as quickly as possible. But he is going to add a monastery now. And so maybe he sees the one over to the left, and he's hoping he could snag that one at least.
Also, if you're thinking about like having a monk war, relic war against Bengalis, think about what happened earlier with the scout from Tato. Like it dove in for the kill against the monk, and it just got straight up converted 1v1.
Yeah, that's true.
Of that armor,
that's true.
Right?
Yeah, and if you invest into the stable, then you're not going to have the TCs. So yeah, I agree with the decision here. I'm also
more farms being set up.
I'm also a big fan of the farms in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you actually have a scout on the monk there, Dave, and it works out. Nice job.
You might be able to grab that. Maybe. If he could get one relic, that would be really nice for him because he's barely contesting.
Good work from Valis. I mean, when he went down 3-1, I was just like, I don't know, man. He's up against Mr. Yo. The way Yo won that game just didn't look so good for him. But obviously the previous game was weird, but it was more disastrous for Yo than anything. Yo just kind of had a brain fart moment, and this is just a boom game so far, but it's looking like Valis has a real opportunity to take this one.
There's Heavy Plow right there. So a Heavy Plow comes in. Farms now have 575 food. So those farms aren't expiring anytime soon.
Yeah, so...
You see Valis already has Wheelbarrow, second wood upgrade, Heavy Plow. Yo just got Wheelbarrow right now, and Valis is ahead by 10 villagers. But he's housed.
Where I really start to feel this bonus with the farms is when the farms would normally expire right around Imp.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at these farms, they still have like 250 food on them. And then after that refresh, then suddenly your wood just skyrockets. Because you don't have to reseed farms, whereas the other people are going to do so. So it's a bit of a weird bonus. It's not like... It doesn't feel as strong as Frank's, for example, because Frank's really you feel almost immediately. But Sicilians are a very strong late-game civilization. And that's clearly what Valis is building up for here. But Yo's going to pressure that TC.
Yeah, I mean, that's just asking for that. Yo might have made this Siege Workshop even without the TC over here.
Yep.
Like I said before, like he loves to kind of switch it up, get pressure on both sides, keep your attention focused somewhere that he wants it to be focused, other than maybe the front of his base. And he's going to see this TC, and he's just going to gobble this up with the Mangonel. I wonder what Valis does here. He could buy stone for a castle, but with the mangonel there, I don't know. And Yo is going for a forward castle.
I mean, this is the moment of truth. If he has a market, he might buy the stone and drop it because he's Sicilians, or he just gives up on the area.
Yeah, even with Sicilians, I think with a castle coming up with a mangonel there with the Ratha you saw before, I think that's kind of tough, right? And he had no loom either, so...
He actually researched loom in that TC. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a lot on stone, which is kind of sad because he's imping right now. And if he could drop a castle on his own walls, I think he could actually have maybe ranged that castle, but... And again, that seems like the perfect castle for Yo. It's just far enough away.
Do Sicilians get champion?
I think they do.
Okay, he's going Halb and then maybe First Crusade as well. I guess it's good synergy. You get the infantry upgrades, right?
It is kind of sad to lose one of your TCs if you're going to get First Crusade later, but we might need to give up on the Sergeant Dream. He might not want to do that.
Well, I mean, if you get Halb with all the upgrades, you might as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of farm bonuses in the game. Someone just asking if I'd prefer Sicilians or Teutons. I think I'd prefer Teutons, but, you know, for me, it's more so just because of that early feudal stuff, right? On a map like this, you might actually prefer Sicilians because the game goes on a bit longer. Still only 2 on stone here, Dave, so he's really taking his time here, Valis. Yo just clicks up now. And he can actually see another TC. God, that's going to be so annoying.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, dude. Yo loves this. He loves pressuring with Siege with a decent or great eco behind.
Yep.
Just when conventional knowledge tells you that you shouldn't be investing into something like that. You should be going up to Imperial Age faster and saving those resources. Yo will get a very annoying position.
We're going to have barracks now for Yo. So both players will likely open with Halb.
Yo did not see the barracks from Valis, but
he saw the stable.
He did see a stable.
And it is going to be Cavalier, but think about all the upgrades that Valis has to get yet. He has one single blacksmith upgrade, which is not so good when you've just hit the Imperial Age. And he's still not going to use this faster Imperial Age to contest for any of these positions. Bro. Yeah, this is... It's a dream scenario for Yo because it was little investment, all things considered. He's got 4 relics, and he can just take his time here. Maybe that 4th TC was just too much of an invitation there. Maybe Imp wasn't needed. Maybe he could have stayed in Castle Age and contested a little bit with Army first. But overall, I think like part of this problem is... It does stem back to the straight boom because you just don't know what the opponent's going to send your way until it's too late.
Yep.
You don't have any scouting. You don't have any map control. But that's 2 TCs down, so he's working off of 2, which is not a great feeling right now.
Look at Yo with that scout, trying to glean as much information as he can. He still hasn't seen the Halbs, but he's just sitting there, and now he'll see the Halbs, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll just move this away. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
I think he'll be pretty happy to see Halbs.
Yeah, it would have been kind of surprising to see that. Now he's going into squires of his own and halberdiers of his own. Ratha are on the field. Ballistics coming in. Bodkin coming in. It's going to take a long time to fully tech into Ratha, for sure. It's
Look
a
at
lot
that
of
bill
upgrades
count.
necessary.
132 versus 114 now.
Yep.
Very smart from Yo to wall on the left, too.
What, 8 vills as soon as he hit him?
Yeah, also killed villagers and took out 2 TCs. So Sicilians have the stronger Halbs, but the Wrath is a really good unit to mix in and combine when you're up against the opponent's halberdiers. Cavalier, yes, you do resist bonus damage, but they now resist less bonus damage than they did in the past, and it's still a really expensive unit. Is there a chance that Yo's villagers in this lumber camp next to this gate go out to the wood line there?
And then the Cavalier run in, kill the tower, and kill the king?
Well, I don't know about that, but...
I have an active imagination, all right? Humor me.
Okay, here come the Cavalier. They're going to dive. We have the Pikes upgrade coming in, which... Not Pikemen. Halb's already in, but that means the Wrath is a fire faster.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to deal with this combination. Too. Yeah, that too. I doubt we'll see that, but it does benefit those. Okay, so again, I mentioned before the lack of upgrades. He just moved forward with Cavalier that just completed chain barding armor.
I mean, he only lost 2 cav there.
True, but like, Yo's not going to be scared to fight this now. Yo's going to have Bracer. Yo has Halb already. Yo should be moving right forward toward that gold.
Well, First Crusade is going to come in pretty soon. Elite Sergeant is on the way.
Ooh.
Only missing the armor upgrades.
And that's what we're curious on, because those things have 8 Pierce armor, and they're very good against Halbs.
I think the issue here for Valis, as he adds another TC there, is going to be lack of stone. He's got the stone in his base, but that other stone is over on the side. And he can't really take that. And if he wants to go into Sergeants, I mean, having that stone available for Donjons is great. Also, even just getting that 5th TC, I think he's only got 4 right now, right?
4.
There we go. He's got the 100 stone now.
I think
Has to be
Yo's...
careful with the Trebs over on the left side.
I think Yo's going to be really surprised to see there's a TC and a castle on the left, though, for Valis. And he is now getting First Crusade. So it'll be 7 sergeants that produce instantly. That's right, instant from the town centers. And you can actually go above 200 pop with that. That's what you want to do in an ideal world, I feel, but I think it's going to take
he timed this
200.
5th TC perfectly, dude. 10 seconds before First Crusade comes in.
Also kind of needed there to protect things, too. And Yo wants to go for a push, but he's
but
going to
there's
hear the
Trebs
roar.
Over there. There's Trebs over there. Sergeants are here. Halberdiers are here.
I don't know if Yo's going to be able to hold this
No,
position.
he's not ready for the Trebs.
Yo needs
he's
to
ready
bail.
for the units,
Yeah.
not for the Trebs. And yeah, he needs to leave. And he's getting Elite Ratha, so we see the full complement of units.
Honestly, it doesn't, like, before we even have more discussions on the units, being able to get 35 instant pop and go above 200 pop is not it's not something any other Civ can do, so it is really awkward for a while once that happens. But Yo's taking good trades. Like, the Rathas are looking strong. He's got 4,000 gold at the moment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He just hasn't been spending a lot of it. I think the Rathas are 60 gold.
I mean, the Rathas aren't even one-shotting these sergeants, though, that group of Ratha.
Yeah, he's going to need Castle Fire to help him here, I think.
Yeah.
They do have a ton of HP, though. They have 115 HP. They tank a lot more damage. Now, let's see if this hold can happen. Keep in mind that Valis is not producing any more sergeants, so he's just producing Halbs and he's just producing Cavalier. And he has Trebs behind here, Dave.
They do not have Halber. Yeah, it's only 2 Trebs, though. It's only 2 Trebs. He's still not taking out that castle on his stone to the right.
Yeah.
And the Ratha deal with all those units. Yeah, they're too tanky to fight uphill against that, even though they don't have the greatest damage output in the world, only 6+4 attack.
Should we be surprised we're not seeing skirms? Because that skirms do bonus damage to the Rathas, regardless of which mode they're in. They're also pretty good against Halbs as well, skirmishers.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just so unnatural to do that against a unique unit that can switch into melee as Yo goes to do that here to take out the Trebs. He's going to get one of them. But no more Sergeants. It feels like getting Elite Sergeant to only go for First Crusade is a bit of a waste. I would have loved to see the Donjons, Dave. He's going to do it now, actually.
Yeah.
A couple Donjons so you can produce them out of these things.
And this is what I thought the initial composition would be. The Halbs haven't really gotten him anything.
Yo is going to get...
I guess they bought him some time, I guess.
Yo is going to get Siege Elephant.
But now he doesn't even have fletching on the Donjons. Like, he needs so many techs. He does have a lot of resources in the bank.
Oh, yo. Yikes.
I looked away, dude. I didn't expect him to run into the Halb army like that.
I gave him
Trying
like...
to go for that Treb.
Yeah. I don't know
Oh
exactly
God,
what that was.
So many.
All right, Dave. So here's another thing. I'd love to
here
see
comes
Yo.
Valis. He's gonna push in to Yo's base. He's gonna push into Yo's base from the left.
Do you see that? He does see it. He's got the outpost there, Dave, so he'll be aware.
Triple Donjon stack over there too, and in the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere,
Okay.
but it's for production, right? Because he can't.
Yeah.
You know, you could consider them like a barracks, I guess, in this case.
6 Trebs? Is he going for the King Sniper? What's going on here?
And there's Mahayana, which gives Actually, a very helpful tech in this situation because your villagers take up less pop space, so you can get more army on the field.
That castle is dead with a capital D. Oh my god. My man has 6. He is not trickle trebbing. He's got 6 trebs here. And
He's
that's a
actually about to
unit-
be on 8 trebs. I guess, like, the downside of the Rathas is that they have to be in one spot. But, Dave, look at what's knocking on Valis' door right now.
Oh my god, armored elephant attack here. We got a potential base trade situation, but Yo can defend on this side. His arrow slits now come in for these towers. Still no bracer in for those, and still no chemistry for those either, so missing some upgrades. But the elephants are dying. Dude, the elephants are dying to the helps because Yo needs to be in one place at a time with these Rathas, and now he's underneath all the dungeons from Valis.
He doesn't. It doesn't really seem like the dungeons are accomplishing as much as
don't
I
have
was
full upgrades
expecting.
yet.
But yeah, I guess more
Yeah.
upgrades will be needed. Like now they could be stronger.
Yeah, they need chemistry bracer for sure.
Would elephant archers be at all good here?
I
Especially since you just lost a couple
don't think
castles.
if you have Ratha, I don't think the elephant archers are really giving you that much more.
Yeah, and also it's so much cheaper to make Ratha than it is elephant archer.
Yeah.
They fire faster. I think that if there were range units coming out, like Arbalest, then I think the elephant archer would be better
Is-
because of the tankiness.
Halberg about to happen? Like he's getting the rest of the armor upgrades.
I mean,
It doesn't feel like you have the gold to spam Cavalier.
Yeah, or Halbert, honestly. Like, remember, the gold on the right side, he still hasn't contested. So Yo's happy
that
to
armored
just take
elephant!
that gold
Oh,
to
that
stone.
armored elephant! Boom! Oh, he didn't attack. He was all those trebs were stacked up, dude. Yeah, at this point, just unpack them and attack the Ratha with those trebs. You got 7 of them there.
Yo didn't have bloodlines.
Oh god.
So he
That's
just
what
got
happens when
bloodlines.
You need 16 upgrades to
Yeah.
get these things fully rolling.
He could lose his relics, too. The Halbs and the Sergeants are
a
working.
lot of Ratha.
Yeah. He has the gold, but it's like his unit isn't quite what it needs. Also, there's a hole there. There's a
There is
hole.
a hole into
There's
the
a hole.
base,
Yo,
and-
yo, there's a hole. You opened that hole earlier. Yo, he'll get it.
He got it.
Not a doubt in the world. So much army right now. Also, Yo has raiding with Halbs. I got excited thinking it'd be something else, but a raid is a raid.
Is a raid.
0 on gold for Valis. He's got 1 tile on the left that he can take with 483 gold.
Okay,
That's
shift
all I
the
see.
trebs over and take out those castles on the right, and then you can get that. You can get that gold.
It might.
It's about time.
Yeah, but like, is it too late? Because you might only be able to fight with Halbs if you don't have the golds.
Well, if you get that gold, I mean, there's 2,300 there, and you're killing the castles.
Yeah, true. Yeah, this would be an important area. See if Yo
Feels
tries
like
to
the Ratha
snipe these
just-
things.
The Rathas just aren't doing enough damage output. He's got the armored elephants in there. The
Oh,
sergeants
oh.
are tanking fire from the Ratha.
Wait for the elephants
halberdiers
to
are
go for the
killing them.
trebs here. There's an elephant popping out. Yo should try it. I'm surprised he hasn't tried it here, David. He loses his castle.
Yep.
There he goes.
And there's the elephant. It's not doing what we thought.
No.
It would do. It's very underwhelming. I am not whelmed.
It's like every time I want to get excited about like some of the units in this game, I just turn around in sadness. And it's the same with the sergeants too. It's just like everything's kind of meh. And they're just throwing meh at each other. But they're very hard units to kill. The Rathas have lots of HP. The sergeants have lots of
Dude, he
pierce
should
armor.
use the trebs to hit the Ratha.
Yeah, maybe after the workshops he'll take your advice here. Yo, happily just
7
built
of them.
another castle here.
6 of them. Like, okay. There we go.
Yo doesn't have anything on gold.
Oh, just so satisfying, isn't it?
Yo, oh my god. Oh my god, the king for blue is like follow. Oh my god, the king's gonna go down! The king's gonna go down!
The king! The king! The Ratha!
Get it, yo!
Does Yo see this? Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it!
He gets it! He gets it! We never see that! Yo actually
Never
finishes
see
the
that.
game with less population and with a king snipe. Let's go!
Bro, what? Did he
Dang.
do that on purpose, or was it just he obviously targeted
No,
it
no, he
later,
must
but-
have. He must have because it looked like it was in a tower. I'm gonna rewind here actually because Valis didn't notice it, but we didn't notice it either. The king moved on my minimap, which is what alerted me to it. Let's go back.
Okay, the armored elephant is there, and I think Yo sent that armored elephant in, and then he's like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
Why is there a flag on that? Yeah, and he deliberately tasked it
knows.
over there. And then he sent a couple Ratha. He just sent two. His heart must have been beating here. Please let him get there in time.
Oh,
Please let
man.
him get there in time.
And look at how the king moves, though. That's what was freaking me out. It looked like the king was following the elephant. And I don't really understand that. But yeah,
No,
in the end, the snipe
king,
happens.
The king moved away from the elephant because the elephant had splash damage.
Oh, because it got
on
attacked.
units.
Yeah. I see.
And now the king is... What? Okay, now it is following the elephant.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What?
I mean, if anything, it was made it easier for Valis to be able to save the king if he'd noticed, but that was weird.
Why was it following...
Maybe that's the strat. It's like you can lead people's kings back to your base with your elephant. The new feature.
Was it taunting the elephant?
I told you, it's really weird. It's not like it was a gather point issue, and it's not like it was being attacked, because if it was being attacked, it would have run away from the elephant. Let me know when you're over this, and we can sum up the series.
I'm so confused.
Anyways, game ends. Yo wins 4-2. He moves on to the final. Bit of a shame for Valis, right? Because even though he was light on golds, he still had that massive ball of trebs, and it looked like he was going to be able to contest this gold again. Still at the same time, I mean, Yo could have gotten his relics again. There's a lot of possibilities there, but I think it was still very possible that Valis would have won this game had he not lost that king. So the fact that we saw a king kill in a legitimate moment, in some type of sneak in a high-level game is beautiful. Yeah, you just don't see people go for that.
Even if it was like not a coordinated plan sneak, Yo, you make openings for yourself when you're aggressive. That's what happened.
Yeah, I think the second he saw the tower, he knew, and those things looped right around.
I just don't know what that king was up to.
We'll have to ask some people, see if we can get answers there. Because there was probably no gather point in the tower, so it probably should have just popped out and sat far away from the castle.
But it was clearly some form of action, but it wasn't.
Okay, I have a theory, and it's probably wrong. I'd like to start off by saying that.
Okay.
Is it possible that Valis has the same hotkey for like garrison and follow, because he never uses follow, or for garrison or follow or guard or something? And so
no, because
he tried to garrison.
The king would be further away from that. It would be more tiles than that. That it doesn't follow that close. The whole premise behind follow is that you're trying to be a little bit stealthy.
Yeah, but guard is right behind it.
No, guard is like 3 or 4 tiles behind.
No. Spirit. So I just watched the Spirit video the other day, and he touched on one of the formations where it follows right behind it. And you can even follow enemy units. Now, I still don't understand why Valis would do that, and I doubt he would misclick. Like, I feel like it's an easy thing for him to click the king and then garrison, but
king doesn't even have those advanced commands, though.
Oh, okay. Well, then you got me. Then I have no clue what on earth that was.
That's why I'm thinking it was some sort of bug to do with the ungarrisoning of it, and it had to do with the splash attack because it clearly ran away. I'm stuck on this, guys. I'm stuck on the. I am the Inspector Dave, because it clearly had something to do with the splash damage from the elephant. So the king ejects. The king has full HP, 75 HP, and now it's at 72.
Yeah, so it took damage for sure, but. And what would make it get sucked over to the elephant again?
The tower goes down. The king is standing still.
It was the second the tower went down, it moved over there, too.
No, it was after that.
Wait, we're probably looking at different points of the game, which is not making it easy. But I'm seeing the splash damage, and then once the tower fully crumbles, the king follows the elephant.
But it wasn't at the...
Yeah, like it was when the animation finished. I think the king recognized because he lost his home to the elephant, he basically said, "You're my new master now. You're now the king." And so he decided to follow the elephant, and then he got sniped. I think that's what happened.
Okay. Well, YouTube, feel free to give your comments. I'm going to include this ending portion.
I'm going to
just
pass it
because.
off to the people more knowledgeable than I.
Yeah, where's T West?
T-West is already on it, so he
Travis is like typing right now.
yeah, that'll probably be a T-West video at some point. So yeah, I think again, to restate, fortunately, it's not like the weird king movement there led to Yo getting the snipe. If anything, it would have made it more difficult for him to get it, and he got it anyways. So
Yeah.
GG, fun
I mean,
series.
it was a fun Civ matchup, and we saw another fun Civ matchup earlier against Bengalis. So now we've seen both of them, and I think there was opportunities for both Civs, but Bengalis have found an area where they're actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Regicide Fortress, really strong Civ.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Yo did have 5,000 more gold collected in that game, but when the game ended, he had 0 on gold with 1,200 gold in the bank, and he had 0 relics. I mean, he was gonna get his relics, I guess. Sorry, he had 1 technically.
Yeah.
But my point is, there's 50 more halbs in queue from Valis, and he's got 7 trebs. So I can't say with certainty that Yo would have won this game had he not sniped that. So that makes the snipe even more special.